Chapter 260. This is... Seeing this strange white flower, Wang Mang couldn't help but be stunned. Not only was Wang Mang stunned, but the rest of the monster royals were also stunned. All of a sudden, all the monster royals present looked at this strange white flower in astonishment. Moreover, this white flower not only emitted a deadly medicinal fragrance, but also a strong sense of threat. There was an inexplicably terrifying aura, as if this white flower had reached a very terrifying level. Wang Mang wasn't the only one who felt it. It could even be said that all the monster royals present felt it. This was also the reason why the monster royals present didn't act rashly. Otherwise, just the medicinal fragrance emitted by this white flower would be enough to make all the monster royals present lose their minds. Because this white flower was very likely to be a heaven and earth treasure that was more than 7,000 years old. At the same time, Wang Mang also secretly used information detection. In the next moment, the white flower's information appeared before his eyes. Target: Purifying White Water Lotus Cultivation Experience, 8,900 years grade. Half immortal. After reading the white flower's information, Wang Mang couldn't help but get excited. Damn it, a heaven and earth treasure from 8,900 years old. This is a heaven and earth treasure that is infinitely close to the immortal grade. Why aren't these guys snatching it? However, at this moment, Wang Mang discovered that the monster royals across the lake were looking at him coldly. The monster royals on Wang Mang's side were now coldly looking at them, their eyes full of cold, murderous intent. Seeing this, the Bear Emperor said in a low voice, "Everyone, be careful. I forgot to tell you that this should be the last heaven and earth treasure this time. However, if you want to take this heaven and earth treasure, there must be a monster royal who stays in this lake forever." After hearing the Bear Emperor's words, Wang Mang couldn't help but be secretly shocked. He didn't expect this lake to be so strange. Indeed, there was no free lunch in this world. They actually needed to sacrifice a monster royal to move the last heaven and earth treasure. Moreover, judging from the Black Bear Emperor's tone, it was obvious that he already knew about it. At the same time, be it the Tiger Emperor or the Dog Emperor, both of their hearts sank. Evidently, this was the first time they had heard of such a strange thing. However, since the Black Bear Emperor said so, it couldn't be fake. At this time, the Black Bear Emperor said slowly, "Everyone has seen the last of the treasures that appeared this time, right? If Bunhuang's guess is correct, this natural treasure has most likely reached the half-immortal level. Therefore, no demon emperor could resist the temptation this time around. This time, there must be a demon emperor thrown into the lake as well." At this moment, the Dog Emperor's eyes turned red. "Do I have to throw a demon emperor down there before I can touch the treasure of heaven and earth?" Hearing this, the Black Bear Emperor nodded and said, "Otherwise, if anyone dares to snatch it, a monster will come out of the lake. The level of the treasure will determine the level of the monster. A terrifying existence that is half an earth immortal level. Think about it yourself. I'm afraid that all the demon emperors here will die. This rule has already become a rule in history in the Seer of Evil country." After hearing the Black Bear Emperor's explanation, the demon emperors, including Wang Mang, were all enlightened. At this moment, the Gorilla Emperor, who was the strongest on the opposite side, flew over and stood in front of the Stone Emperor. He said indifferently, "Let them fight it out themselves. I won't interfere." Hearing this, the Stone Emperor glanced at Wang Mang and the other demon emperors indifferently and nodded slightly. Seeing this, the Bear Emperor was expressionless and did not get angry. He already knew about this situation. Moreover, without the Gorilla Emperor and the Stone Emperor's interference, it was actually easier for them. This was because all the demon emperors present were at the 6,000-year level, while the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor were at the 7,000-year level. If the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor were to interfere, the battle would only be more chaotic. Therefore, letting the 10 demon emperors, including him, fight to the death was the easiest way to solve the problem. Of course, all the demon emperors present knew that there would definitely be a demon emperor who would die. However, no demon emperor chose to withdraw because this heaven and earth treasure was too tempting. This was a half-immortal level heaven and earth treasure from the year 8900. None of the demon emperors present was willing to give up. Kill. At this moment, the 6 demon emperors of the serene evil country roared and charged towards the sky. Seeing this, the bear emperor and the tiger emperor did not want to be outdone and also charged towards them. Although the dog emperor did not want to fight, in the face of this half-immortal level heaven and earth treasure, he also chose to fight for it with his life. As for Wang Mang, he naturally could not escape from this battle, unless he was a 7,000-year demon emperor. Therefore, Wang Mang also charged towards the sky. However, in the next moment, Wang Mang was shocked and angry to find that the brown bear emperor had actually joined forces with the gray bear emperor to attack him. These 2 bear demon emperors of the serene evil country obviously had a close relationship. Otherwise, they would not have attacked together. Damn you! How dare you attack Ben Huang just now? I want you to die without a burial place. At this moment, the brown bear emperor, who had joined forces, suddenly laughed sinisterly. As soon as he finished speaking, he rushed towards Wang Mang with a bear hug. Obviously, his idea was very good. After hugging Wang Mang, he would slowly torture him. However, Wang Mang sneered and suddenly condensed the power of thunder from his 2 horns and shot towards the brown bear emperor. The condensed power of lightning was as fast as lightning. It was like a roaring thunder dragon. Seeing this, the brown bear emperor quickly dodged and roared at the same time. Fury of the earth. As he roared, the brown bear emperor used his divine ability. On the ground in the distance, a huge palm condensed and grabbed towards Wang Mang. Seeing this, Wang Mang sneered and said, "Magma eruption." As he spoke, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth. The high-temperature red magma burst out and blasted the huge hand condensed from the defying earth away. Suddenly, the gray bear emperor opened his bloody mouth and roared. Bear deterrence roar. Roar. Then, Wang Mang felt a splitting headache. This was obviously a spiritual type attack. Fortunately, Wang Mang had a spiritual type divine ability. Therefore, he had already recovered from his shock in just a moment. But just as he came back to his senses, Wang Mang saw that the brown bear emperor was already close at hand. His bare paws condensed into 2 rock-like palms and slapped towards his head. At the same time, he could hear the brown bear emperor's sinister laughter. "Go to hell, Ben Huang." Seeing this scene, Wang Mang suddenly made up his mind and roared. King's slave. Soul-controlling seal. After Wang Mang used these 2 divine abilities, Wang Mang's expression changed drastically. The brown bear emperor who was about to attack Wang Mang. Suddenly, he began to hold his head in pain. At the same time, he couldn't help but roar in pain. "Ah, what did you do to me?" At the same time, Wang Mang also seized the opportunity and shouted angrily, "Brown bear emperor, this time I want you to die. Wishful bone spur." Obviously, Wang Mang was very angry. He used a killing move. On top of his head, a pair of sharp horns that were more than 8 meters long appeared. They flew out like blades and merged into one. In an instant, it seemed to have turned into a sharp crescent moon. Then, these crescent moon-like horns that were more than 10 meters long, as fast as lightning, they cut through the air and shot towards the brown bear emperor, accompanied by the sound of breaking through the air. Puffed. He saw these crescent moon-like horns. They had already pierced through the brown bear emperor's huge body. Then, Wang Mang heard it again. The system's familiar voice sounded frowny-faced. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Successfully completed the mission. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained 5 billion evolution points. Ding. Congratulations to the host. Obtained a designated lucky draw opportunity X1. Chapter 261. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was also slightly stunned. He didn't expect that his wishful bone spur, coupled with the king's slavery and the soul-controlling seal, it was actually so powerful when used. He almost didn't give the brown bear emperor any time to react and kill the brown bear emperor. Wang Mang didn't have time to think too much. he saw that the brown bear emperor's body had already fallen into the lake. Wang Mang hurriedly flapped his wings and rushed forward. His huge body wrapped around the brown bear emperor, who hadn't completely died. Then, Wang Mang took out 2 heaven and earth treasures from this guy's body. Seeing the brown bear emperor's painful expression and wide open eyes before he died, Wang Mang couldn't help but sneer. After putting away the heaven and earth treasures, he directly loosened his body. Then, with blood flowing from his chest, the huge brown bear emperor completely fell into the lake. Bang! Accompanied by the sound of a huge wave of water, the brown bear emperor's huge body completely fell into the lake. This bright red blood even dyed a part of the lake's waters red. At the same time, the demon emperors who were in the midst of a fierce battle also stopped. The group of demon emperors looked at Wang Mang with incomparable astonishment. Obviously, they were very shocked, because, in their opinion, the battle between the demon emperors definitely wouldn't end so quickly. But what about Wang Mang? It only took a moment to end the battle. The entire battle process didn't even take 10 minutes. The rest of the demon emperors had just warmed up and were ready to fight. However, the result was that Wang Mang had already killed the demonic beast emperor. To be honest, this was the first time Wang Mang showed his strength. But the strength he showed simply shocked all the demon emperors present, because Wang Mang's strange method was too exaggerated and terrifying, wasn't it? He actually had the magical ability to instantly kill a demon emperor. This was too F***king fast. To be honest, none of them paid much attention to the battle, but it was over like a flash in the pan. F***ck. Could this be a 6,000-year-old demon emperor? Not even a 7,000-year-old demon emperor could guarantee that he could kill a 6,000-year-old demon emperor so quickly. For a moment, all the demon emperors were dumbfounded, and their jaws almost dropped. At the same time, the monster royals looked at Wang Mang with even more fear. The reason for that was because Wang Mang's methods had truly caused many monstrous beast emperors to feel fear. In particular, the Gray Bear Emperor, who was not far away, could not help but shudder. He saw with his own eyes that the Brown Bear Emperor had died in a flash. In fact, the Gray Bear Emperor did not even see how the Brown Bear Emperor died. However, he vaguely saw a black shadow flash past, and then the Brown Bear Emperor was dead. Oh my God! Even a movie wouldn't dare to shoot something like this. You should at least fight a little longer. They were all demon emperors. Why was there such a big gap between them? This was what many demon emperors were thinking at this moment. But they might not have seen Wang Mang's battle. But the Gorilla Emperor and the Stone Emperor had seen it, and they felt a little pressure in their hearts, because Wang Mang's strength had already become a threat to them, and it was not an ordinary threat. Moreover, the sense of threat that Wang Mang gave them had already surpassed the sense of threat that an ordinary 6,000-year-old demon emperor posed. If they really wanted to fight, the threat that he posed to them was not something that an ordinary 6,000-year-old demon emperor could compare to. At this moment, with the death of the Brown Bear Emperor, there was no need for the demon emperors to fight anymore, because a demon emperor had already died. Since a demon emperor had already died in the lake, naturally, there was no need for them to continue fighting. On the contrary, all the demon emperors looked at the lake one after another. At the same time, Wang Mang also looked at the lake. As for the Gray Bear Emperor, after dividing this half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth, if there was a chance, Wang Mang would definitely make a move. After all, these demon emperors had a lot of good things in their hands. Every 7,000-year treasure of heaven and earth was guaranteed to be worth at least 300 million evolution points. Of course. Now, Wang Mang's focus was, naturally, it was also placed on this half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth. At the same time, Wang Mang had already inadvertently retracted his 2 horns and regenerated them on his head. At this moment, the surface of the lake began to boil again. At the same time, Wang Mang also saw a scene that moved him. He saw that the corpse of the Brown Bear Emperor, which was originally floating on the surface of the water, was quickly sucked into the depths of the water. Then, this half-immortal white flower also left the surface of the lake and suddenly shot into the sky. Then, this strange half-immortal white flower began to madly escape into the distance. Its speed was so fast that it shocked all the demon emperors present. After regaining their senses, Wang Mang was the first to flap his wings and soar into the sky to chase after it. Then, the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor were not willing to be left behind. Then, the rest of the demon emperors also displayed their abilities and erupted with astonishing speed. Wang Mang, who was chasing at the front, was desperately flapping his wings in an attempt to quickly seize the treasure. But in the next moment, Wang Mang felt a torrential current behind him. Wang Mang could not help but be shocked. Could it be that the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor had caught up? Thinking of this, Wang Mang quickly turned around to look. But in the next moment, Wang Mang felt a flash in front of his eyes, as if a mouse had flown past. Then, Wang Mang quickly looked forward and vaguely saw that it was actually the Dog Emperor. This caused Wang Mang to be incomparably shocked. This speed was too fast. Damn, this speed should not be the speed of a demon emperor. Moreover, thinking that the treasure was very likely to be taken by the Dog Emperor, Wang Mang became even more anxious. Wang Mang also began to panic. He frantically flapped his forewings. Only then could he barely see the Dog Emperor's, but the Dog Emperor's speed was still as fast as a ray of light. It was not slow at all compared to the half-immortal level treasure of heaven and earth. Just as Wang Mang was about to catch up, the Dog Emperor's voice suddenly sounded in his mind. Brother Giant Python, it's still the same. 50-50. Think of a way to stall them. When the time comes, we'll gather at the same place. After hearing the Dog Emperor's voice transmission, Wang Mang could not help but be stunned for a moment. However, Wang Mang still did not trust the Dog Emperor, because he really did not know if the Dog Emperor would take the treasure for himself. Therefore, Wang Mang quickly replied, Brother Dog Emperor, give the treasure to me. I'm not slow either. Help me stall them. When the time comes, I'll take the treasure and go to Shiguang province to look for you. After hearing Wang Mang's voice transmission, the Dog Emperor's flustered and exasperated voice sounded again. Only my speed can catch up to the treasure of heaven and earth. Even if I let you chase after it, you won't be able to catch up. Brother, you don't trust me, your elder brother? Brother, I swear to the heavens. Help me stall them. When the time comes, I'll definitely give you half. If I'm lying to you, I'll let the Dog Emperor die a horrible death. I'm AF * King Dog. Chapter 262. Hearing the Dog Emperor's solemn promise, Wang Mang still did not agree to the Dog Emperor's request. Moreover, he was also very speechless. This Dog Emperor was not born by a dog. Could it be that he was born by a human? However, the Dog Emperor's words made sense. That was, Wang Mang really had no way to catch up to this half-immortal level treasure. That was because the speed of this half-immortal grade treasure was simply too fast. Wang Mang's speed was already considered outstanding among the monster emperors. But Wang Mang still couldn't catch up. Wang Mang couldn't catch up, not to mention the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor. Because among this group of monster emperors, Wang Mang's speed was definitely the fastest apart from the Dog Emperor. Moreover, Wang Mang's fastest speed could easily reach 1,000 kilometers per hour. However, he was still far behind the Dog Emperor. It could be seen from here. How fast was the Dog Emperor's speed? However, Wang Mang soon discovered helplessly. It seemed that he had no other choice but to continue chasing. Therefore, there are only two choices in front of Wang Mang. He could either choose to believe the Dog Emperor or continue chasing. He believed that the Dog Emperor might give him half of the treasure. He didn't believe that the Dog Emperor might not be able to get half of it. Thinking of this, Wang Mang pondered for a moment and made a decision. Then, Wang Mang transmitted his voice again. Brother Dog Emperor, it's not that I don't want to help you. How about this? Make an even more vicious oath. For example, if you don't give me half, you will curse yourself to be plagued by calamities. You will die if you pass the calamity and die without a burial place. In any case, I'll do it as vicious as possible. After hearing Wang Mang's voice transmission, the Dog Emperor almost vomited blood in anger. Only then did he realize that Wang Mang, who he called his brother, was actually so vicious. However, given the current situation, he could only compromise. Otherwise, even if he managed to obtain a quasi-celestial-grade natural treasure, he might not be able to obtain it, because these demon emperors wouldn't let the matter rest. It was even more impossible for them to watch him take away such a rare, quasi-immortal treasure of heaven and earth. After a short while, the Dog Emperor could only helplessly send a telepathic message. "All right, I, the Dog Emperor, swear to the heavens. If I don't give you half of it, I, the Dog Emperor, will be plagued by calamities. I will die without a burial place. How is it? Brother, I swear. You should believe me now, right?" Hearing this, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. If the Dog Emperor was truly so vicious as to curse him, then Wang Mang would have nothing to say. Because if the Dog Emperor could be so vicious to him, he probably wouldn't care about such a vicious oath. At the same time, Wang Mang pondered for a moment. He had already thought of how to help stall for time. With that thought, Wang Mang sent a telepathic message. "Brother Dog Emperor, hurry up and run later. I'll help you intercept the Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor, who are the fastest. I believe that the other slowest demon emperors won't be able to catch up to you." Hearing this, the Dog Emperor immediately replied, "Why don't you help me intercept the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor? If the two of them are intercepted, the rest of the demon emperors won't be much of a threat to me at all." Wang Mang immediately sneered. This Dog Emperor was really dreaming because he was ugly. Although the Gorilla Emperor and the Stone Emperor's flying speed wasn't very fast. However, their strength was not something that 6,000-year-old demon emperors could compare to. If Wang Mang really wanted to intercept these two demon emperors, he was afraid that his life would really be in danger. If he wanted to intercept one demon emperor, Wang Mang himself would be a little forced. He felt a little guilty, but this bastard was asking him to stop the two strongest demon emperors. He was asking him to fight with his life on the line. This dog probably wanted to kill him so that he could be at ease and not have to share the benefits with him, right? Therefore, in the face of the Dog Emperor's request, Wang Mang coldly refused. "Dream on. I'll intercept the fastest Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor for you." Hearing Wang Mang's non-negotiable tone, the Dog Emperor was very depressed and could only agree helplessly. He really didn't want to share the benefits with Wang Mang. He even wanted Wang Mang to intercept the Stone Emperor and the Gorilla Emperor. Once Wang Mang died, it would definitely buy him enough time. This was because he had seen Wang Mang's strength with his own eyes. Therefore, as long as Wang Mang could stall the Gorilla Emperor and the Stone Emperor, he would most likely be able to enjoy this half-deity level treasure of heaven and earth alone. Unfortunately, Wang Mang was not stupid and refused him without hesitation. This also let him know that these little tricks were useless. Wang Mang was not the slightest bit more foolish than him. At the same time, at this moment, Wang Mang suddenly changed his direction and rushed towards the Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor, who were the fastest. At the same time, Wang Mang condensed a terrifying thunderbolt force between his two horns. This incomparably terrifying lightning energy shot toward the Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor. "Python Demon Emperor, are you crazy? Is this the time to fight? Damn it, this is so infuriating, Ben Huang." Seeing the thunderbolt force that Wang Mang used, the Lion Emperor and the Tiger Emperor were both shocked and furious. At the same time, they quickly dodged the thunderbolt force that Wang Mang used. However, what made them even more shocked and furious was that Wang Mang actually attacked them again. Not only that, Wang Mang did not attack anyone but the two of them. This made the Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor tremble in anger. They wanted to strangle Wang Mang to death. This was because they really did not want to fight with Wang Mang now. Once they stopped and fought with Wang Mang, they would be able to do so. They would have no chance at the half-deity level treasure of heaven and earth. This was a half-deity level treasure of heaven and earth. Once they missed it, they might not have the chance to encounter it again. Such a treasure was simply rare in the world. Besides that, this was Wang Mang's strength. This also made the Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor very wary. After all, the scene of Wang Mang killing the Brown Bear Emperor was still vivid in their minds. Because of this, they did not choose to fight with Wang Mang. This was a thankless task. In addition, the Tiger Emperor was also worried that he would be killed by Wang Mang. This was because the Brown Bear Emperor's strength was not much different from his. In the end, the Brown Bear Emperor and the Gray Bear Emperor joined forces and still died in the hands of Wang Mang. This made the Tiger Emperor, who was already wary of Wang Mang, even more wary. However, when they saw that the group of monster emperors had already surpassed them, they immediately became anxious. This was because the group of monster emperors did not stop at all and overtook them one after another. For a moment, they saw Wang Mang blocking in front of them. The Tiger Emperor and the Lion Emperor looked at each other, and a strong murderous intent surged in their eyes. Python Emperor, move aside, or don't blame us for being rude. Seeing that the two emperors were flustered and exasperated and were even about to join forces, Wang Mang sneered in his heart. Then, he thought for a moment and said, Lion Emperor, you can go now. Ben Huang will not stop you. Chapter 263. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Lion Emperor was a little surprised. Obviously, he didn't expect this. Wang Mang actually chose to let him go. However, he soon figured out the crux of the problem. Obviously, Wang Mang had a conflict with the Tiger Emperor. He was probably worried that they would join forces. That was why he chose to let him go. However, the Lion Emperor didn't have much of a relationship with the Tiger Emperor. Moreover, it wasn't easy for a half-immortal treasure to appear. He didn't have time to waste with Wang Mang. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to get a half-immortal treasure. Therefore, the Lion Emperor didn't hesitate and flew forward. Seeing this, the Tiger Emperor was a little flustered. Originally, he wanted to join forces with the Lion Emperor to force Wang Mang to take the initiative to back down. However, he didn't expect that Wang Mang would directly divide him and the Lion Emperor. In an instant, the Tiger Emperor vaguely guessed that Wang Mang was going to attack him. Thinking of this, the Tiger Emperor hurriedly shouted anxiously, Brother Lion Emperor, wait. Unfortunately, the Lion Emperor didn't care about his shouts at all. Obviously, the Lion Emperor didn't want to waste time with Wang Mang and the Lion Emperor. Soon, the Lion Emperor disappeared into the sky. Seeing this, the Tiger Emperor was completely flustered. He looked at Wang Mang cautiously. Obviously, the Tiger Emperor was very uneasy now, especially when facing Wang Mang. He could already see the strong, murderous intent in Wang Mang's eyes. Could it be that you really want to go against this emperor? The debt between you and Ben Huang has been written off. Are you really going to fight to the death? The Tiger Emperor's voice was filled with cold anger. Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately shook his head and said, Tiger Emperor, you misunderstood. If you're willing to give me all the treasures you have, then the debt between you and Wang Mang will be written off. Hearing Wang Mang's words, the Tiger Emperor laughed in anger. You stole Ben Huang's demon emperor-level heavenly materials and earthly treasures, and Ben Huang hunted you down. Is there a problem? After that, you tried to cause trouble for Ben Huang several times, but Ben Huang said that all grudges were written off. Now you're still asking Ben Huang for compensation? Could it be that a dignified demon emperor would say such shameless words? In the face of the Tiger Emperor's enraged roar, Wang Mang said nonchalantly, Either you hand over the heavenly treasure, or we fight to the death. You're going too far. After a furious roar, the Tiger Emperor opened his gaping maw and shot out a powerful beam of white light. After seeing this pillar of light, Wang Mang did not dodge. Instead, he opened his bloody mouth and shouted, Magma eruption! A huge stream of crimson lava spurted out from his mouth. Rumble! Along with a violent roar, there was a loud bang. The crimson lava instantly bombarded the white pillar of light. After that, the stream of lava that Wang Mang spurted out continued to shoot toward the Tiger Emperor without slowing down. At the sight of this, the Tiger Emperor's expression changed drastically. His face was filled with astonishment. Clearly, he did not expect Wang Mang's magma eruption to be so shockingly powerful. However, just as he dodged the magma eruption, he saw that the power of lightning was gathering between Wang Mang's two horns. Seeing that Wang Mang was about to attack again, the Tiger Emperor was obviously very unwilling to passively defend like this. Therefore, the Tiger Emperor immediately flapped his huge wings. At the same time, flames started to burn around his body. However, the flames around the Tiger Emperor's body were a far cry from Wang Mang's. That was because Wang Mang's huge body was currently red like flowing lava. Even the air was filled with high temperature. At the same time, the Tiger Emperor suddenly roared, "Divine Tiger's Fury." After that, Wang Mang saw that the Tiger Emperor's body was burning with raging flames. Then, the flames surged toward him. At the sight of this, Wang Mang instantly let out a cold laugh. He was not afraid of flames at all, right? His body was covered in terrifyingly hot magma to begin with. Therefore, when he saw the Tiger Emperor charging toward him, Wang Mang even quietly used his special ability again, King's Thrall, Soul-Controlling Seal. As Wang Mang executed these two divine abilities, Wang Mang's expression changed drastically. This also proved that Wang Mang had already decided to kill the Tiger Emperor. Ever since Wang Mang easily killed a demon emperor, Wang Mang already did not think much of a 6,000-year-old demon emperor. Therefore, Wang Mang was prepared to do the same thing again and kill the Tiger Emperor with the same method. Just as expected, after Wang Mang used these two special abilities, the Tiger Emperor even let out a tragic cry. His huge body fell down involuntarily. Wang Mang flapped his flesh wings. At the same time, large amounts of lightning had already gathered between his two horns. Thunderbolt spell. After a furious roar, after Wang Mang felt that it was about time, he shot out the lightning gather between his two horns. The roaring thunderbolt was like a lightning dragon rushing out, its speed as fast as lightning. Rumble. It was accompanied by a loud noise and a tragic cry. The Tiger Emperor, who was falling from the sky, was blasted into the ground by Wang Mang's lightning power. It even blasted a huge pit in the ground. Smoke and dust filled the air. After the smoke and dust settled, Wang Mang descended from the sky. He stood proudly in the air and looked down indifferently. After the smoke and dust settled, the Tiger Emperor, who was covered in wounds and charred all over, was lying in the pit and struggling in pain. Clearly, the Tiger Emperor was not dead yet. Even though he took Wang Mang's lightning power head-on, he was still not killed by this thunderbolt spell. However, Wang Mang's thunderbolt spell had severely injured the Tiger Emperor. At this moment, the struggling Tiger Emperor begged with a face full of pain, "Python Emperor, I'll give you the heavenly treasure. Please let me go." Clearly, Wang Mang's remarkable ability was something he could not compete with at all. His remarkable ability was stronger than his. His speed was faster than his. His combat ability was also stronger than his. Therefore, he could not compete with Wang Mang at all. In fact, if the battle continued, the Tiger Emperor's life would be in danger. That was why the Tiger Emperor lowered his head and begged for mercy. Because if he continued to be stubborn, he would lose his life. Unfortunately, in the face of the Tiger Emperor's pleas, he even gave in. Wang Mang had no intention of letting him go at all. After all, Wang Mang still had a mission to kill a demon emperor. Therefore, Wang Mang sneered in his heart and secretly used his remarkable ability again. Wishful Bone Spur. The next moment, the two horns on Wang Mang's head suddenly flew up and merged into one, turning into a huge crescent moon. Then, the crescent moon bull horn that was hovering in the air suddenly shot out. "No, don't kill me." Under the Tiger Emperor's terrified gaze, the sharp crescent moon horn had already nailed the Tiger Emperor's huge body to the ground. At the same time, the system's voice sounded again, frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Mission completed. Ding. Congratulations, host. 1 billion evolution points obtained. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained Advanced Blind Box X1." Chapter 264. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang secretly nodded his head in satisfaction. If he didn't remember wrongly, currently, he had already accumulated enough evolution points to evolve once more. Moreover, he still had a few Demon Emperor level treasures that had 7,000 years of cultivation that he hadn't eaten yet. If he ate them, it would bring him a lot of evolution points. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood couldn't help but become better. At the same time, Wang Mang took back the ox horn that he had used earlier. After putting away the ox horn, Wang Mang took out the 2 Demon Emperor level treasures that he had obtained from the Tiger Emperor's body. One was 7,000 years old, and the other was 6,000 years old. At this point, Wang Mang had 4 Demon Emperor level treasures with 7,000 years of cultivation in his hands. This would bring Wang Mang at least 2 billion evolution points. Moreover, this didn't include the designated lottery chance that Wang Mang had obtained, as well as the advanced blind box. It could be said that Wang Mang's harvest this time could be said to be exceptionally rich. Wang Mang, who was preparing to leave, suddenly stopped. He almost forgot that eating Demon Emperors could also give him a lot of evolution points, right? After all, Wang Mang hadn't eaten Demon Emperors for too long. Thinking of this, Wang Mang immediately turned into a huge body. Then, Wang Mang swallowed the Tiger Emperor's body into his stomach. Ever since his strength had become stronger, Wang Mang's ability to devour prey had become more convenient. He easily split the Tiger Emperor into 2 and swallowed it into his stomach. At the same time, the system's voice sounded again, frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured a 6,800 years old Tiger Demon Emperor. Obtained 70 million evolution points. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was surprised. He didn't expect that the cultivation strength of a Demon Emperor would be the same. It was actually similar to the cultivation strength of a Demon Emperor level treasure. This was indeed beyond Wang Mang's expectations. Not bad, not bad. Let's go to the Dog Emperor's lair and wait for him. After we divide up the half-immortal grade heavenly materials, I might be able to evolve once or twice more. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel proud. At the same time, Wang Mang also took out the map and looked at it for a while. Only then did Wang Mang move his huge body and soar into the sky, disappearing into the horizon. In the blink of an eye, 5 days passed. At this moment, Xiguang Province, in a primitive forest mountain range, Wang Mang had already arrived at the cave near the Dog Emperor. What made Wang Mang a little unhappy was that the Dog Emperor still hadn't appeared. Not only that, Wang Mang also discovered a wild boar demon in the cave. This made Wang Mang speechless. He didn't expect that ever since the Dog Emperor's disciple who was supposed to be in charge of the Immortals' cave mansion died, the Dog Emperor's disciple had died. Now, this wild boar demon was guarding the cave. After sensing Wang Mang's terrifying Demon Emperor aura, the wild boar demon in the cave immediately rushed out. When he saw Wang Mang, the wild boar demon was immediately shocked. He didn't expect that Wang Mang would dare to come to the Dog Emperor's cave. However, after sensing Wang Mang's terrifying Demon Emperor aura, the wild boar demon also became abnormally obedient. It asked in a fawning tone, "Lord Demon Emperor, where did you come from? Our Dog Emperor is not in the cave. Moreover, the Dog Emperor's cave has no more heavenly materials and earthly treasures." After saying that, the wild boar demon looked at Wang Mang carefully. Obviously, he was afraid that Wang Mang would kill him if he was unhappy. Seeing the wild boar demon's submissive look, Wang Mang felt both angry and amused. This pig sure is guts. Back then, it betrayed him and said that he had stolen the Dog Emperor's cave. However, Wang Mang couldn't be bothered to argue with this guy. After all, his relationship with the Dog Emperor was quite good. Even if the wild boar demon framed him, the Dog Emperor wouldn't believe it. Besides, Wang Mang was already a Demon Emperor. He didn't care about such a great demon at all. In fact, even if it was the Dog Emperor, Wang Mang didn't care about him. If it weren't for the Dog Emperor's earthly treasure mouse and its fast escape speed, Wang Mang probably wanted to target the Dog Emperor. Just like that, in the blink of an eye, another 3 days passed. Wang Mang's patience also started from the beginning. Then, he gradually began to become impatient. Damn it, this dog emperor wouldn't really take it all for himself, right? If this dog dared to take it all for himself, he would definitely kill him. Wang Mang couldn't help but think fiercely in his heart, because he felt that the dog emperor might really do such a thing. After all, the dog emperor was too shameless. Just as Wang Mang couldn't help but curse in his heart. Suddenly, he sensed a familiar demon emperor's aura from the distant sky. This aura immediately attracted Wang Mang, because Wang Mang could determine from the aura that this was the dog emperor's aura. Could it be that the dog emperor had returned? The next moment, Wang Mang saw the familiar figure of the dog emperor in the distance. Like a stream of light, it flew over from afar. When he saw the figure of the dog emperor, only then did Wang Mang completely heave a sigh of relief. The dog emperor, who had just landed, was very surprised to see that Wang Mang had been waiting for a long time, because he had been on the run for a few days. In the end, he had to split the half-immortal treasure into two to completely lure the Stone Emperor and Gorilla Emperor away. Because he knew that the Stone Emperor and Gorilla Emperor would definitely not give up. Helplessly, he could only split the half-immortal treasure into two. He threw the other half out and let the Stone Emperor and Gorilla Emperor fight for it. Without the pursuit of the Stone Emperor and Gorilla Emperor, he easily escaped from the other demon emperors. However, he didn't see the Tiger Emperor's figure after that. Therefore, the Dog Emperor guessed that the Tiger Emperor had probably died tragically in the hands of Wang Mang. Therefore, after hesitating for a long time, the Dog Emperor still decided not to make an enemy of Wang Mang, because Wang Mang's strength was too tyrannical and the speed of his growth was simply too fast. Brother Dog Emperor, I've been waiting for you for a long time. After seeing the arrival of the Dog Emperor, Wang Mang said in a relaxed tone with a smile. Hearing that, the Dog Emperor felt very helpless. He explained everything to the Dog Emperor. After hearing that there was only half of the half-immortal treasure left, Wang Mang was very unhappy. However, Wang Mang was also helpless. After all, the Dog Emperor had no choice but to get rid of the Stone Emperor and Gorilla Emperor. Moreover, from Wang Mang's point of view, since the Dog Emperor was here, there was no need for him to lie. Thinking of that, Wang Mang nodded and said, Brother Dog Emperor, quickly take it out and split it. Hearing that, the Dog Emperor saw that Wang Mang was very impatient. He nodded slightly, then opened his mouth and took out the half of the half-immortal treasure. Then, the treasure was split into two. After he got his share, he went back to his room. Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction and said, Brother Dog Emperor, next time there's such a good thing, remember to call me. After hearing Wang Mang's words, the Dog Emperor said unhappily, Hurry up and leave. Ben Huang still needs to improve his strength. Wang Mang didn't waste time. After saying goodbye to the Dog Emperor, he left, because he also needed to evolve and improve his strength. Chapter 265. After Wang Mang left the Dog Emperor's cave residence, a voice rang out. Wang Mang spent another 2 hours to find a hidden cave. Then, Wang Mang couldn't wait to get into the cave. After entering the cave, Wang Mang couldn't wait to say, System, open my personal information. The next moment, personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang. Type, four-winged bull flame python. Status, adult. Cultivation, 6,300 years, demon emperor level. Body shape, 164 meters long, 5 meters wide, 460,000 kilograms weight. Combat strength, 460,000 kilograms bite force, 119 kilometers per hour. Skills, corrosive poison, steel body, super self-healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, wishful shrinking. Magical powers, king's slavery, soul control seal, broken body regeneration, mysterious water heavy domain, heaven escape, magma eruption, wishful bone spur, thunder spell. Special, storage space, information detection, 9 Demon King level treasures, 16 Great Demon King level treasures, 6 Demon Emperor level treasures, 1 free chance to upgrade magical powers, 1 designated lottery ticket, Break the Shackles of Fate Mysterious Gift Pack X1. Advanced Blind Box X1. Iron Palm. Mall open. Luck 88. Dragon Among Men. Evolution value 4. 6 billion / 5 billion. Current ranking, global ranking, 86th. After looking at his personal information, Wang Mang secretly nodded in satisfaction. He knew that this time, he had definitely accumulated enough evolution value. It could be said that Wang Mang only needed to digest 6 Demon Emperor level treasures of heaven and earth, and he would have enough to evolve again. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was suddenly in a good mood. Then, he took out 1/4 of the half-immortal level treasures of heaven and earth that he had harvested, and the other 6 Demon Emperor level treasures of heaven and earth were all taken out. Then, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth and threw the treasures of heaven and earth into his mouth. At the same time, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. Congratulations to the host. Successfully devoured 6,600 years old Emperor level treasures of heaven and earth. Gained 60 million evolution value. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 7,000-year Emperor grade heavenly treasure. Obtained 300 million evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 6,200 years old Emperor tier heavenly treasure. Obtained 40 million evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 7,000-year Emperor grade heavenly treasure. Obtained 300 million evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 7,100 years old Emperor grade heavenly treasure. Obtained 400 million evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 7,000-year Emperor grade heavenly treasure. Obtained 300 million evolution points. Ding. The host has accumulated enough to meet the evolution conditions. Do you want to start the evolution? No. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was over the moon. Just these Emperor-level treasures of heaven and earth alone were enough. It gave him 1 billion evolution points. This was something that Wang Mang had never expected. At the same time, he still had 1/4 of the half-immortal grade treasures that he had yet to consume. How many evolution points would this half-immortal grade heavenly treasure give him? Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but become excited. After that, Wang Mang opened his bloody mouth again. Then, he threw the half-immortal grade heavenly treasure into his bloody mouth. However, after eating 1/4 of the half-immortal grade heavenly treasure, Wang Mang felt as if his entire body was about to explode. That kind of terrifying and pure energy. It simply made Wang Mang feel extremely uncomfortable. It even made Wang Mang feel as if he was about to explode. Wang Mang almost fainted from the torment. Fortunately, after a long time, Wang Mang felt a lot better. However, he could clearly feel that his body was still filled with an explosive amount of energy. At the same time, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 1/4 half-immortal grade heavenly treasure. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 3 billion evolution points. Ding! The accumulation has met the evolution conditions. Do you want to start the evolution? No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned for a long time before he came back to his senses. He still felt that it was very inconceivable. 1/4 of the half-immortal grade heavenly treasure. It actually gave him 3 billion evolution points? Didn't this mean that if this half-immortal grade heavenly treasure was complete, it was definitely enough for him to evolve 2 or 3 times? After all, Wang Mang still had some understanding of incomplete heavenly treasures and complete heavenly treasures. It could be said that it only looked like 1/4. However, if he devoured a complete half-immortal grade heavenly treasure, then the evolution points he would obtain would definitely be more than 12 billion. However, even if it was an incomplete 1/4, that was equivalent to 10 7,000-year-old emperor-level heavenly treasures. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was simply shocked. The effect of this half-immortal grade heavenly treasure was simply too explosive. If there was a chance, he would definitely think of a way to get more to eat. Oh my God, this thing was simply a great supplement. Because just a quarter of it could give so many evolution points, the complete one was probably even more terrifying. At the same time, Wang Mang couldn't help but be high-spirited. Now that he had accumulated evolution points, he once again saw the hope of evolving twice. After all, his current evolution points had already reached 9 billion. Even if he evolved once, after deducting 5 billion evolution points, he would still have 4 billion evolution points left. It could be said that as long as he casually opened up a few more evolution points, it would be enough for him to evolve. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be even more high-spirited. After this evolution, Wang Mang felt that even a 6,000-year demon emperor wouldn't have the qualifications to contend against him. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be immensely proud. At that time, on the continent, he would definitely be the overlord that was second to none. He would even dare to fight against the Stone Emperor. As for the Nanhua Old Immortal, Wang Mang temporarily didn't have that much confidence. This was because the Nanhua Old Immortal's cultivation was more than 8,000 years. However, Wang Mang was confident that he could even reach the peak of the continent's Demon Emperor level before the calamity arrived. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's fighting spirit was even higher, as if he could already see the scene of him dominating the continent. At the same time, Wang Mang decided to continue opening up things, striving to obtain enough evolution points to evolve twice in one go. From Wang Mang's point of view, he was still lacking around 2 billion evolution points, which should barely be enough for him to evolve twice. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood became even better, and he silently said in his heart, "System, open the advanced blind box." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded, "Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the advanced blind box." Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained. Chapter 266. In the next moment, the system's voice resounded, "Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the advanced blind box." Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 100 million evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang immediately panicked. Damn it, this is inauspicious. The first time he opened the lottery, he actually only got 100 million evolution points. What use was this little bit of evolution points to Wang Mang? It must be known that every time Wang Mang evolved, he would need billions of evolution points. This 100 million evolution points was simply a drop in the bucket for him. Thinking about this, Wang Mang could only hope that the next lottery would not disappoint him. Otherwise, he might not be able to evolve twice in a row. At this moment, the system's voice resounded in Wang Mang's mind for the second time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 200 million evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, there was no need to mention how bitter Wang Mang felt. Damn it, can't you give me more? 1 or 200 million? Who are you looking down on? 1 to 200 million evolution points was not even comparable to a 7,000-year-old emperor tier heavenly treasure. Just when Wang Mang was feeling depressed, the system's voice resounded for the third time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 200 million evolution points. Damn it! Damn it! Another 200 million evolution points? After opening the lottery 3 times, I only got 500 million evolution points? Wang Mang was so speechless that he couldn't say anything. He did not know how to ridicule. From Wang Mang's point of view, his advanced blind box would not give him much evolution points. After all, if he could really get evolution points, he would not be in such a state. Can't you give me something more ruthless? At this moment, the system's voice resounded for the 4th time. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtain a basketball autographed by Kuin. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang's mind was filled with question marks. What the hell? A basketball autographed by Cohen. Damn it. Why would I want a damn basketball? He didn't play basketball. What the hell is this? Daddy system. Why don't you just give me evolution points? Even if it's less, it's fine. Don't give me these fancy things. Wang Mang wanted to cry, but had no tears. He could only ask Daddy's system to take care of him again. At this moment, the system's voice sounded for the 5th time, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained a small movie from Teacher Chen's collection. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was speechless. He really had nothing to say. Damn, a high-level blind box was worth 500 million evolution points. As for the other 2 items, they were both trash. They were completely out of his expectations. From Wang Mang's point of view, it should at least give him 1 billion evolution points. But the result was only 500 million evolution points, and gave him a basketball, plus a Teacher Chen's limited edition short film? What kind of luck was this? Could it be that my face was so unlucky recently? Thinking to this point, Wang Mang felt helpless. This high-level blind box, to the current Wang Mang, it could only be considered a loss. After all, if he didn't need a lot of evolution points to evolve in the past, this high-level blind box with 500 million evolution points, he would be very happy. But now it didn't have much use. Helpless, Wang Mang knew that he had to continue opening it. Otherwise, 2 evolutions wouldn't be enough. As for the designated lottery chance, Wang Mang didn't want to use it for the time being. This time, he decided to open his own Shackles of Destiny mystery gift pack. After all, he had kept this gift pack for a long time. Now was the time to put to good use. Thinking about it here, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, open the Shackles of Destiny mystery gift pack." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the Shackles of Destiny mystery gift pack. Ding. Warm reminder. This gift pack has 9 chances to flip the cards. Every time, the host will have 3 choices, 3 unknown reward cards. The host can choose one. All 3 reward cards have prizes. The size of the prizes depends on luck. After every flip, the prizes will be reset. Following the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned. In the next moment, in Wang Mang's mind, 3 mysterious cards appeared. Sanzang's mysterious card looked like a card. Card 1 red. Card 2 gold. Card 3 purple. Soon after, the system's voice sounded frowny face host. Please begin the first flip. Wang Mang was instantly extremely surprised when he heard this. Mother asterisk Kerr, is this a new trick? In the past, it was a lottery, but now it's flipping cards? Those who didn't know would think that it was the emperor flipping the harem cards. Thinking to this point, Wang Mang made a choice while feeling surprised. System. I choose purple. Purple Chi, 30,000 miles from the east. In the next moment, the 3 reward cards in Wang Mang's mind flipped over. At the same time, Wang Mang also saw the 3 medals on the reward cards. Card 1 red. 9,000-year-old peach of immortality. Card 2 gold. Free evolution opportunity X1. Card 3 purple. 500 million evolution points. Then, the system's voice sounded frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. You have gained 500 million evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, there was no need to mention how helpless Wang Mang was. Damn it. If I had known, I would have flipped the first 2 cards. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was so angry that he almost went crazy. He felt that he was too unlucky. If he had chosen the first 2 cards, anyone would have been good. At this time, in Wang Mang's mind, 3 new reward cards appeared for the second time. They were Card 1 blue, Card 2 green, and Card 3 gray. After looking at the 3 reward cards, Wang Mang was silent for a while, gritted his teeth, and said, System, I choose Card 3 gray. In the next moment, the 3 reward cards flipped over. At the same time, Wang Mang also saw the prizes on the 3 reward cards. Card 1 blue, 5 billion evolution points. Card 2 green, 9 billion evolution points. Card 3 gray, 900 million evolution points. Then, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. You have gained 900 million evolution points. Damn it. Damn it. What the hell? After looking at the prizes on the 3 reward cards, Wang Mang was mad. Could it be that he should not have chosen card 3? Could it be that 3 was not his lucky number? At this time, the 3 new reward cards appeared for the 3rd time. They were card 1 black, card 2 white, and card 3 emperor colors. Seeing this, Wang Mang was silent for a moment, gritted his teeth, and said, "System, I still choose card 3 emperor colors." Then, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Card 1 black, 10,000 years old immortal ginseng. Card 2 white, 1 million evolution points. Card 3 emperor colors. Chapter 267. Subsequently, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Card 1 black, 10,000 years old immortal ginseng. Card 2 white, 1 million evolution points. Card 3 emperor colors, 500 million evolution points. At this time, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 500 million evolution points. Ding. The accumulation has met the evolution conditions. Do you wish to evolve? No. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang finally heaved a sigh of relief. Damn, the 3 reward cards this time. Finally, I didn't choose the trashiest one. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel proud. He hoped that the next reward card would be more awesome. After all, this was his Shackles of Destiny mystery gift pack. After that, he would only have one chance left to draw the lottery. Just as Wang Mang was sighing, a brand new reward card appeared for the 4th time. They were card 1 green, card 2 orange, and card 3 pink. Seeing the 3 brand new reward cards, Wang Mang hesitated for a moment. He decided to choose card 3 again. In Wang Mang's opinion, as long as he persevered, then card 3 would give him the best reward. Thinking of this, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, I choose card 3. In the next moment, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Card 1 green, 100 million evolution points. Card 2 orange, strong summoning card X1. Card 3 pink, 200 million evolution points. Subsequently, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 200 million evolution points. Ding. The accumulation has met the evolution conditions. Do you wish to evolve? No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang was a little unhappy. He felt that the reward was starting to not be awesome. What he wanted was an awesome reward. This reward was too lousy. Can it give him something awesome? Just as Wang Mang was complaining, a brand new reward card appeared for the 5th time. They were card 1 red, card 2 purple, and card 3 green. After looking at the 3 reward cards, Wang Mang still decided to choose card 3. Subsequently, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, I still choose card 3. In the next moment, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Card 1 red, 99. 9 billion evolution points. Card 2 purple, 9 billion evolution points. Card 3 green, 900 million evolution points. Subsequently, the system's voice sounded again, frowny-faced ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 900 million evolution points. After he finished looking at the 3 reward cards, he was stunned. Wang Mang almost couldn't hold back his tears. F***CK. Can't be like this. The difference between the rewards of the 3 reward cards was 100 times. What was even more shameless was that 9 billion evolution points had appeared on the first reward. How is this possible? If he really got so many evolution points, how could he not be willing to take off? Thus, Wang Mang only needed to look at it. He knew that, based on the system's personality, it would probably take it out to show it off and make him envious. At this time, the 3 brand new reward cards appeared for the 6th time. They were Reward Plate number 9, Reward Plate number 8, and Reward Plate number 5. After looking at the brand new reward cards, Wang Mang couldn't help but be surprised. He didn't expect that the system would use color to differentiate the reward cards, and now there were numbers. After pondering for a while, Wang Mang made a change and silently said in his heart, "System, I choose card 9. In the next moment, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Reward card number 9, 100 million evolution points. Card 8, 1 billion evolution points. Reward number 5, 10 billion evolution points. At the same time, the system's voice sounded again. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 100 million evolution points. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang almost couldn't hold it in any longer. F***CK. He felt that there was some kind of hidden manipulation when he chose the first reward. The third reward was a sky-high reward. When he chose the third reward, the first reward was extremely exaggerated. In short, it was as if the system was going against him and didn't let him get anything good. This caused Wang Mang to truly break down. He was always so close to the grand prize. The strong feeling of regret made Wang Mang's heart extremely uncomfortable. This was because the grand prize was always so close to him. However, this tiny bit of distance and the pain of missing out on a huge prize made Wang Mang feel like he was suffering a huge mental torture. F***CK, System Daddy, can you stop torturing me like this? If you continue like this, I won't play anymore. After all, he had flipped the cards 6 times out of the 9 times. However, in the end, he didn't get many rewards. He only got around 2 billion evolution points. This caused Wang Mang to be greatly disappointed. He was still hoping that the Shackles of Destiny gift pack will be able to get a large amount of good things. The result was completely different from what he had imagined. The key point was that you said that there were no good things inside, yet he got a lot of good things. It was precisely this contrast in his heart that made Wang Mang very unhappy. If there were no good things, then so be it. However, the problem was that there were good things, but he couldn't get them. If he chose the third reward, the first reward would drop. If he chose the first reward, the third reward would drop. At this time, a brand new reward appeared for the 7th time. The first reward was white, the second reward was black, and the third reward was red. After looking at the 3 reward cards, Wang Mang was once again at a loss. Should he choose the first reward or the third reward? Which of the 2 rewards would give him the grand prize? In truth, Wang Mang was also at a loss. He really didn't know how to choose. After being silent for a while, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, I choose the third reward." Then, the 3 reward cards flipped over. The first reward was red, 100 million evolution points. The second reward was black, 500 million evolution points. The third reward was red, 1 billion evolution points. At the same time, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 1 billion evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was finally satisfied. Damn it. He had finally chosen the one with the most rewards this time. However, the 3 reward cards this time still couldn't be compared to the rewards from the previous few times. However, this was a good sign. After all, it was a lot better than the previous reward cards. Thinking about this, Wang Mang began to look forward to the next 2 rewards. At this time, the 3 brand new reward cards appeared for the 8th time. The first reward was gold, the second reward was black, and the third reward was purple. This time, Wang Mang did not hesitate and said in his heart, "System, I choose the third reward." Then, the 3 reward cards flipped over. The first reward was gold, 100 million evolution points. The second reward was black, 1 billion evolution points. The third reward was purple. Chapter 268. Soon after, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Gold card, 100 million evolution points. Black card, 1 billion evolution points. Purple card, 5 billion evolution points. At the same time, the system's voice resounded. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully obtained 5 billion evolution points. When he heard the system's voice, Wang Mang was speechless. Logically speaking, card 3 should be 10 billion evolution points. After all, Card 2 was 10 times more than Card 1. Then, Paidongs should be 10 times more valuable than Paidongs. In the end, it gave him 5 billion evolution points. This was simply shady. Wang Mang could not help but ridicule. At this time, the 3 new reward cards appeared for the 9th time. They were blue card 1, orange card 2, green card 3. This was also the last time the mysterious gift pack flipped over. Wang Mang sank into contemplation. Should I choose card 3 again? Or should I change it? Should I choose another reward card? After pondering for a moment, Wang Mang made his choice. This time, he wanted to change it. What if he really got something good? Thinking about this, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, I choose card 1, blue card." This was because Wang Mang believed that there would be a rainbow after the storm. At this time, the 3 reward cards flipped over. Card 1, blue card, 500 million evolution points. Card 2, orange card, 100,000 years old peach. Card 3, green card, 1 mint toothpaste. At the same time, the system's voice resounded again. Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained 500 million evolution points. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang did not know if he should be happy or sad. He was happy that he did not choose card 3. Otherwise, he would have directly given him a toothpaste. But what use would toothpaste have for him? Did a python need to brush its teeth? Why did he not know? However, after the rewards ended, Wang Mang prepared to organize his harvest. He did not know what kind of harvest he had this time. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was a little nervous, but he felt that 2 consecutive evolutions were definitely enough. This was because the evolution points he had obtained should be quite a lot. With this thought, Wang Mang felt much better. At the same time, he wanted to see how many evolution points he had. Therefore, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." The next moment, his personal information appeared before his eyes. Host, Wang Mang. Species, 4-winged bull flame python. Status, adult cultivation experience, 6,300 years, demon emperor. Size, 164 meters long, 5 meters wide, 460,000 kilograms in weight. Combat strength, bite force of 460,000 kilograms, speed of 119 kilometers per hour. Skills, corrosive poison, steel body, super healing, underwater breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, wishful shrinking. Divine ability, king's slavery, soul control seal, broken body rebirth, mysterious water domain, heaven flight, earth escape, magma eruption, wishful bone spur, thunder spell. Special, storage space, information detection, 9 demon king level treasures, 16 great demon king level treasures, 6 demon emperor level treasures, free chance to upgrade divine ability X1, designated lottery chance X1, iron palm. Shopping center, activated. Luck, 88, dragon among men, evolution points, 15. 6 billion/5 billion current ranking, 85th in the world. After looking at his personal information, Wang Mang was simply stunned. Damn, his Destiny Shackles mysterious gift bag actually allowed him to accumulate more than 6 billion evolution points? He did not know if he did not look, but when he looked, he was shocked. However, after thinking about it, Wang Mang felt relieved. He had opened a total of 9 rewards. More than 6 billion evolution points was considered normal. If Wang Mang's luck was good, he might be able to defy the heavens. The current Wang Mang. Finally, he knew. This mysterious gift bag was really not bad. At the very least, Wang Mang did not expect to be able to find more than 6 billion evolution points. Moreover, he now had 6 billion evolution points. Perhaps after 2 consecutive evolutions, he really wasn't far away from the 3rd evolution. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's mood became happy. At the same time, Wang Mang could not wait to become stronger. After this evolution, the 6,000-year level demon emperors would all be his younger brothers. He would also dare to hit the 7,000-year level demon emperors. At that time, the demon emperors on the land within the Red Empire. Wang Mang would definitely be a tyrant. Moreover, Wang Mang would definitely become one of the top demon emperors in the Red Empire. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's heart was filled with joy. At the same time, Wang Mang also silently said in his heart, "System, begin the evolution." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. Successfully deducted 5 billion evolution points. Beginning the evolution. After that, Wang Mang lost consciousness during the evolution. Until 2 hours later, Wang Mang woke up from the evolution. However, Wang Mang still did not observe the changes in his body. Because after Wang Mang woke up, he once again silently said in his heart, "System, evolve again." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. Successfully deducted 6 billion evolution points. Beginning the evolution. After that, Wang Mang once again lost consciousness during the evolution. Another 2 hours passed. Wang Mang finally completely woke up from the evolution. After waking up, Wang Mang sized up his body. What made Wang Mang surprised was that his body size had increased by a lot again. Other than that, he could clearly feel that his strength had increased by a lot. Of course, how much stronger did he become? Wang Mang himself was not too sure. Thus, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, open my personal information." In the next moment, personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang. Type, four-winged bull flame python. Status, adult. Cultivation, 6,500 years, demon emperor. Body shape, 172 meters long, 6 meters wide, 500,000 kilograms weight. Battle strength, 500,000 kilograms. Bite force, 120 kilometers per hour. Skills, corrosive poison, steel body, super self-healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, wishful shrinking. Divine ability, king's slavery, soul control seal, broken body rebirth, mysterious water heavy domain, flying heaven and burrowing earth, magma eruption, wishful bone spur, thunder spell. Special, storage space, information detection, 9 Demon King level treasures, 16 Great Demon King level treasures, 6 Demon Emperor level treasures, free chance to upgrade divine ability X1, designated lottery chance X1, Iron Palm. Shop, activated. Luck, 88, Dragon Among Men. Evolution points, 4, 6 billion / 7 billion. Current ranking, 82nd in the world. Chapter 269. After reading his personal information, Wang Mang secretly nodded with satisfaction. Now, his body length had already reached 172 meters. With such a size, he could go into the sea. He still remembered that the last time he went into the sea, his body was less than 100 meters. Now his body had skyrocketed to 172 meters. Even in the sea, he was a giant. Other than that, his body width didn't change much. However, his weight had skyrocketed once again. Now, his weight had reached 500 tons. What did 500 tons mean? Even an elephant was only 3 to 5 tons. His weight was equivalent to more than 100 elephants. Thinking of this, Wang Mang secretly nodded with satisfaction. In addition, his cultivation had reached 6,500 years. Such strength was enough for Wang Mang to look down on the land Demon Emperor. All right, Wang Mang couldn't look down on the land Demon Emperor. But on the Red Empire, Wang Mang felt that his strength shouldn't be bad. He was at least one of the best. Thinking of this, Wang Mang happily got out of the cave. If there was nothing else this time, Wang Mang was ready to go back to his nest. After all, he hadn't gone back for a long time. Carefully calculating, Wang Mang had been out for 1 or 2 months, or even longer. Thinking of this, Wang Mang turned into a huge body, rushed into the sky, and began his journey home. At this moment, the sky was night and the wind was very strong. Wang Mang's flying speed in the pitch-black night was also very fast. 2 hours later, only then did Wang Mang arrive at his own province. After arriving at his native province, Wang Mang descended from the sky and decided to start his journey on the ground. But what surprised Wang Mang was that as soon as he landed on the ground, he vaguely caught a familiar aura in the air. Wang Mang felt that this familiar aura was somewhat familiar. At this time, Wang Mang saw an extremely funny scene in the distant mountains and forests. He saw that Monk Du Jie was desperately chasing a black bear, Great Demon King. After seeing these two guys, Wang Mang was dumbfounded. Whether it was Monk Du Jie or Great Demon King Black Bear, they were all very powerful. These were all Wang Mang's old acquaintances, especially Monk Du Jie. This damned Baldy had tried to kill him in the past. Wang Mang was also surprised that the Baldy was chasing after Black Bear. What surprised Wang Mang even more was that Great Demon King Black Bear's strength had increased very quickly. When they first met, this guy was only a Black Bear Demon King. Now, his strength had actually reached the level of a Grand Demon King. This indeed surprised Wang Mang. It seemed like he had gained quite a lot from the Western Tibet province. However, after thinking about it, Wang Mang felt relieved. After all, Black Bear went around stealing other people's treasures. Back in the West Province, he had even stolen the cave of the Four Emperors. It was normal for He Xiong's strength to increase so much. As for Monk Du Jie, back then, he had dared to hunt him down. Back then, Wang Mang had said that if he was strong enough, he would meet him. He would definitely kill Monk Du Jie. However, Wang Mang did not expect that he would really meet him. Moreover, he met him in his own province. In other words, Monk Du Jie had moved from the Kunlun Mountains to the vicinity of his lair. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's cold snake eyes revealed a cold, killing intent. At this moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-facing. Detected the host's current situation. The host is given the following mission to choose. Mission 1. Turn a blind eye to your former enemy. Choose to ignore them. Mission time. Available upon selection. Mission reward. 100 million evolution points. Bronze treasure chest. Mission 2. Teach your former enemy a lesson and intimidate your enemy. Mission time. Available upon completion. Mission reward. 200 million evolution points. Intermediate blind box. Mission 3. Take revenge on your former enemy and kill him with thunder. Mission time. Available upon completion. Mission reward. 400 million evolution points. Advanced blind box. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh. He was already prepared to kill Monk Du Jie. Now, the system even gave him a mission. This was simply asking him to be a freeloader. Thinking of this, Wang Mang made his choice without hesitation. System, I choose mission 3. Because to him, this mission was not difficult at all. Okay? A Monk Du Jie. He could crush him with just one finger. Previously, Monk Du Jie was too strong for him to fight against. But now, he was too weak for him to make a move. Of course, Wang Mang was still willing to take revenge and crush his enemy. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's 4 wings appeared on his back. He turned into a huge body and soared into the sky. In just a moment, Wang Mang's terrifying speed had already arrived. At the same time, with the arrival of Wang Mang, a terrifying wind blew in all directions. When he felt Wang Mang's terrifying aura, Monk Du Jie was shocked. He immediately gave up chasing Great Monster King Black Bear and retreated. When he saw Wang Mang, whose body was as red as magma, with a huge body and 4 wings on his back, Monk Du Jie only felt his scalp go numb and his heart was bitter. He wanted to slay demons and devils so that he could kill as many demons as he could to nourish his body and increase his strength. Therefore, the range of monsters he killed was only below the Monster Emperor, Great Monster King, and even Monster King. But now, there was a Monster Emperor? Moreover, it was a Monster Emperor with terrifying strength. For a moment, Monk Du Jie was a little nervous. His bald head began to sweat as he looked at Wang Mang nervously. Obviously, he still didn't recognize Wang Mang's identity. At the same time, Great Monster King Black Bear, who was running away, couldn't help but stop. When he saw Wang Mang's figure, Great Monster King Black Bear also didn't recognize Wang Mang. This was because Wang Mang's appearance was too domineering. He had 2 horns on his head and 4 wings on his back. His body was as red as magma and emitted a terrifyingly high temperature. Therefore, Wang Mang's domineering appearance was a great deterrent just by standing proudly in the air. Other than that, Wang Mang also had the terrifying aura of a monster emperor. This was obviously a very powerful monster emperor. Thinking of this, Great Monster King Black Bear was overjoyed. Then, Great Monster King Black Bear's expression immediately changed. As he ran over, he wept bitterly, feeling wronged, and said, "Lord Monster Emperor, you have to do it for me. This human is too despicable." He said that he would kill every one of us demons he saw. He even said that he would kill all the monster emperors. This damned human monk. He simply doesn't give a damn about our powerful demon race and Lord Demon Emperor. If Lord Monster Emperor hadn't come early, Little Bear would have been killed by him. Chapter 270. Looking at Black Bear's aggrieved look and tearful tone, Wang Mang almost didn't recognize this guy. He really didn't expect that Black Bear would have such a side to him. Moreover, the degree of shamelessness was also very straightforward. He knew that he couldn't win and ran away, but he immediately turned around to slander him. Obviously, he wanted to use him to kill Monk Du Jie. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was speechless. However, he also knew that Black Bear didn't recognize him. At the same time, after hearing Black Bear's words, Monk Du Jie was stunned. When did he say something like that? Damn it, why didn't he remember saying these words? Thinking of this, Monk Du Jie was so angry that his whole body was trembling. His forehead was dripping with sweat, and he quickly explained, "Lord Demon King, it's not like this. How is it not like this? You said that you were going to help me. You also said that you were going to kill all the demons. You also said that the Lord Demon King was nothing in your eyes, and you would still kill him." Black Bear immediately shouted angrily. Obviously, with a Demon King by his side, he felt very safe and confident, because he knew that Monk Du Jie's strength was at most close to the Demon King level. However, there was still a huge gap between him and a real Demon King. Therefore, he knew without thinking, if there was a Demon King here, Monk Du Jie would definitely not dare to be rash. Seeing that Black Bear insisted on him, Monk Du Jie was even more speechless. For a moment, Monk Du Jie looked at Wang Mang nervously, afraid that the Demon King in front of him would attack him. If the Demon King in front of him attacked him, he wouldn't even have a chance to escape, because the intense Demon Emperor aura on Wang Mang's body gave him a feeling that it was really too powerful. Therefore, this was also the reason why Monk Du Jie didn't choose to escape. Similarly, Black Bear also knew that it was useless for him to escape. As long as the Demon King wanted to kill him, he wouldn't be able to escape. The speed of a Demon King was not comparable to that of a Demon King. When Wang Mang was able to escape from the Tiger King, it could be said that it was mostly due to luck. At the same time, Wang Mang looked at Great Demon Monarch Black Bear playfully. After seeing Wang Mang's gaze, the Black Bear Demon King trembled and asked pitifully, "Lord Demon King, what's wrong?" Upon hearing that, Wang Mang laughed in his heart, but he ignored the Great Demon King Black Bear. He looked at Monk Du Jie and smiled coldly. What a coincidence! Monk Du Jie. After hearing how Wang Mang addressed him, Monk Du Jie was shocked and felt a chill down his spine. He didn't expect this terrifying Demon Emperor to know him. This wasn't a good sign. Thinking of this, Monk Du Jie suppressed the fear in his heart. He looked at Wang Mang with fear and asked in a trembling voice, "Lord Demon Emperor, you know this little monk?" Hearing this, Wang Mang laughed sinisterly. "More than just knowing him. Back then, you even tried to kill Ben Wang. Why is your memory so bad?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, Monk Du Jie felt as if he had been struck by lightning. On the contrary, Great Demon King Black Bear couldn't help but laugh out loud. He didn't expect Monk Du Jie to have tried to kill this Demon Emperor. More importantly, they met again. Just thinking about it made Great Demon King Black Bear want to laugh. He felt that Monk Du Jie was too unlucky. When he had tried to kill this Demon Emperor, he was sure that the Demon Emperor was not strong. Now that he had reached the level of a demon emperor, Monk Du Jie would definitely die if he met him again. Thinking of this, great demon King Black Bear couldn't help but be in high spirits. He even felt that at this moment, the grievance in his heart had disappeared, because Monk Du Jie had been trying to kill him these days. He was so angry that he wanted to fight Monk Du Jie to the death. However, Monk Du Jie was stronger than him. Monk Du Jie's strength completely suppressed him, and Monk Du Jie wanted to kill him. Helplessly, Black Bear could only run for his life. Fortunately, retribution had come for this monk. At this moment, Monk Du Jie asked in fear, "Demon Emperor, you must have made a mistake. I'm so weak. How could I have the ability to kill you?" Hearing this, Wang Meng couldn't help but sigh and say in surprise, "Could it be that Ben Huang has changed so much?" "That's right. Monk, you might have a bad memory. Do you want Ben Huang to remind you? Back then, you said that if Ben Huang didn't submit to you, you would send him to the Western Paradise." After hearing Wang Meng's words, Monk Du Jie's body trembled. Obviously, he had remembered. Wasn't this Wang Meng from 2 months ago? But he remembered that Wang Meng was very weak back then. His cultivation had just reached the level of a great demon king, but his combat strength was heaven-defying. In the end, he had successfully escaped from him. However, Monk Du Jie had never expected that in less than 2 months. Wang Meng had grown from a mere great archfiend king to the archfiend emperor level. This was simply inconceivable to him, and he was completely defeated. Damn it, Tathagata Buddha. Even if he had cheated, he wouldn't dare to be so exaggerated. In less than 2 months, he had jumped from a great demon king to a demon emperor. If he had known that Wang Meng was so heaven-defying, he wouldn't have provoked Wang Meng. However, there was no medicine for regret in this world. Seeing Wang Meng's indifferent and cold eyes, Monk Du Jie's face was full of horror and his body was trembling. The next moment, Monk Du Jie, whose scalp was numb, turned around and ran away without saying a word. Seeing Monk Du Jie's figure flying away, Wang Meng sneered. At the same time, a large amount of thunder and lightning gathered between his 2 horns. Then, Wang Meng performed the thunder incantation. The power of thunder and lightning burst out between his 2 horns. This terrifying super thunder incantation was like a thunder dragon roaring out. Rumble, along with a blood-curdling scream. There was also a muffled explosion. They saw Monk Du Jie, who had just escaped dozens of meters away. He was immediately hit by the terrifying power of thunder and lightning. Then, Monk Du Jie could only let out a scream. Then, his body was torn apart by the thunder and lightning. In an instant, Monk Du Jie was dead on the spot. Obviously, this was the difference between a great demon king and a demon emperor. The difference in strength was completely different from the 2 of them. It was not an exaggeration to say that the difference was like heaven and earth. At the same time, the system's voice sounded, "Ding. Congratulations, host. Mission completed successfully. Ding. Congratulations, host. You have gained 400 million evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. You have gained Advanced Blind Box X1. Chapter 271. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Meng secretly nodded with satisfaction. Such an extremely easy task. Wang Meng liked it very much, because it was too easy. At the same time, Black Bear, Great Demon King, still hadn't come back to his senses. He stared blankly in front of him, in the direction where Monk Du Jie was without a corpse. There was still a look of astonishment on his face. Obviously, Black Bear Demon King really didn't expect Monk Du Jie, who was completely undefeatable to him. How could he be so weak in front of Demon King? What the F Astra CK? He died a little too quickly. Oh my god. Even if he had premature ejaculation, he wouldn't dare to die so quickly. To be honest, Black Bear Great Demon King didn't even see clearly how Monk Du Jie died. He just vaguely saw a flash of lightning, and then Du Jie died with an ah sound. The whole process was extremely fast, Even more cameo than a cameo. A cameo would at least have more than 10 seconds of screen time, right? After coming back to his senses, Black Bear was even more horrified. At this moment, he realized how terrifying a Demon King was. When a Demon King was fighting with another Demon King, one couldn't tell how terrifying it was. But once a Demon King and a Great Demon King were fighting, the difference was simply heaven and earth. At the same time, Black Bear couldn't help but sigh inwardly. He was really lucky to have stolen something in the West Province last time. Thinking of this, Black Bear also quietly looked at Wang Mang beside him and immediately said in shock, "Lord Demon King, it's simply shocking the world with one move. I think that all the Demon Kings in the Red Empire, oh no, it should be all the Demon Kings on the land compared to you, Lord Demon King, are simply too weak." After hearing Black Bear's flattery, Wang Mang's originally proud mood became even more complacent. Only then did he realize that Black Bear was really good at flattery, and it made him feel extremely comfortable. Thinking of this, Wang Mang secretly nodded in satisfaction and said, "Brother Black Bear, I haven't seen you for a long time, and your flattery skills have improved." Hearing these extremely familiar words, Black Bear was slightly stunned, and then immediately widened his dog eyes with a look of disbelief. You're the Python Demon King? No, no, no. You've already become a Demon Emperor." Looking at the Black Bear Demon King's incredulous tone and astonished expression, the Black Bear Demon King was stunned. Wang Mang was over the moon. He liked this kind of natural pretense. Oh no, this was not pretentious. This was called stating the facts. Under the Black Bear Demon Emperor's disbelieving gaze, Wang Mang nodded proudly. After seeing Wang Mang nod, Shaking Bear recovered from his shock. There was no need to mention how sour his heart was. Damn it, he worked so hard to steal things everywhere, but he was like a stray dog. And the result? In the end, he wasn't as fast as Wang Mang's improvement. It was fine if he didn't improve as quickly as Wang Mang. Why is the gap getting bigger and bigger? How could a bear survive like this? Thinking of this, Black Bear couldn't help but cry bitterly. Fucking hell, I don't want to live anymore. Hearing Shaking Bear's sorrowful tone, Wang Mang was a little surprised. What's wrong, little brother bear? Shaking Bear Demon King couldn't help but cry bitterly. Damn it, why is the gap between us getting bigger and bigger? I wake up early and sleep late every day, stealing treasures everywhere to improve my strength. I don't dare to rest at all. Why is the gap between our strength getting bigger and bigger? Do you know how many times I've been hunted down these days? I've been hunted down 38 times. I've King run all over the Red Empire. I've either stolen Demon Emperors or Grand Demon Kings. I've stolen everything I can. Speaking of this, Shaking Bear choked a few times and said dispiritedly, "But what about you? Are you as miserable as me? You're not. You're living a very carefree life. It's fine if you're living a carefree life, but why is your strength improving so much? Why can a hardworking demon like me always be inferior to you?" Seeing Shaking Bear crying bitterly, Wang Mang was suddenly speechless. After thinking carefully, Wang Mang seemed to realize that this was really the case. Because ever since Wang Mang and Shaking Bear got to know each other, this guy was either stealing again or on the way to being hunted down again. Originally, Wang Mang felt that he was quite miserable. His experience could be considered bumpy and tortuous. But compared to Shaking Bear, Wang Mang was really much more carefree. His strength had been increasing steadily, and there were very few things that didn't go his way. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but comfort him with emotion. All right, little brother Shaking Bear. Don't compete with me next time. Otherwise, how wronged will you be? Otherwise, the next time you meet me, won't you be so ashamed that you want to commit suicide?" Shaking Bear Demon King suppressed his sadness. Looking at Wang Mang's smug look, he couldn't help but gnash his teeth in anger. If it was in the past, he would really scold Wang Mang. But now, Wang Mang had already reached the Demon Emperor level. It could even be said that he was no longer the same as before. He really didn't dare to be as casual as before. "Lord Demon Emperor, if there's nothing else, This little demon will leave first." At this time, Shaking Bear said absent-mindedly. Hearing Shaking Bear's words, Wang Mang was secretly helpless. Perhaps this was the consequence of the change in strength. Shaking Bear, who dared to beat him up in the past and boasted together with him, had now become restrained. Thinking of this, Wang Mang immediately nodded casually and said, "Go. If you encounter any problems, you can tell Ben Wang. Ben Wang will help you settle it." Shaking Bear, who was about to leave, suddenly stopped and turned to look at Wang Mang. Wang Mang couldn't help but be stunned and said with some surprise, "Little brother Shaking Bear? What's the matter?" Shaking Bear looked at Wang Mang eagerly and said in a serious tone, "There's really something I want to trouble you with." Hearing Shaking Bear's words, Wang Mang was instantly speechless. "Damn it, I was just boasting perfunctorily and politely. Oh my God, why the hell did you still pick it up?" For a moment, Wang Mang was somewhat speechless. He just said that he had something to ask him. In the end, Shaking Bear really took the opportunity to climb up. This also made Wang Mang feel extremely embarrassed. He even had the urge to strangle Shaking Bear to death, because Wang Mang knew that this guy definitely knew that he was just being perfunctorily polite. But Shaking Bear, this guy, just had to act as if he didn't know. This could be said to be embarrassing for him. This made Wang Mang very unhappy. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said in a cold tone, "Oh, what's the matter? Tell Ben Wang." At this time, Shaking Bear also heard that Wang Mang was a little angry. He hurriedly explained, "Brother Monster Emperor, don't worry. This is definitely a good thing. Because a long time ago, I once found a heaven and earth treasure in a certain place. It is suspected to be an existence infinitely close to the immortal level." Hearing this, Wang Mang suddenly became spirited. His eyes lit up, and he held back his excitement and asked, "Is this true? Are you sure? The heaven and earth treasure you saw is really infinitely close to the immortal level?" Chapter 272. In the face of Wang Mang's inquiry, He Xiong nodded firmly and said, "Brother Giant Python, I'm really not lying. I've kept this matter in my heart for a long time. It's just that I haven't had the strength to obtain it. Otherwise, I would have obtained it long ago. It's because this heaven and earth treasure is too fast. It's so fast that I can't catch it at all. It can speak. The medicinal fragrance it emits is 100 times stronger than Demon Emperor level heaven and earth treasures. It can even make demons go crazy." After hearing He Xiong's words, Wang Mang pondered for a moment and knew that Black Bear was right. This was because the half-immortal level heaven and earth treasure that Wang Mang had encountered in Sirav Kingdom had the same characteristics. Therefore, Wang Mang was able to deduce the truth from the Black Bear's words with just a little analysis. Thinking of this, Wang Mang suppressed his excitement and hurriedly asked, "Which heaven and earth treasure is close to immortal level? Where is it?" Unfortunately, He Xiong suddenly fell silent in the face of Wang Mang's inquiry. Seeing this, Wang Mang's heart suddenly sank. He said in an unhappy tone, "Brother He Xiong, you stopped halfway through your sentence. Could it be that you're deliberately playing with me?" Faced with Wang Mang's inquiry, He Xiong said helplessly, "No. If you ask me where it is, I definitely won't tell you. That's because I prepared it for myself. If I told you, what would I do?" After hearing He Xiong's words, Wang Mang was immediately speechless. No wonder this Black Bear refused to say anything no matter what. It was obvious that he wanted some benefits. Thinking of this, Wang Mang pondered for a moment and said temptingly, "Brother He Xiong, what are you saying? Of course, I won't treat you badly when I get benefits. How about this? I still have more than 10 great demon king-level natural treasures. As long as what you tell me is true, I'll pay you the consultation fee if I obtain any near-immortal tier natural treasures and 10-odd great demon king tier natural treasures." After hearing Wang Mang's words, He Xiong sneered and remained silent. Seeing this scene, how could Wang Mang not know that this guy was obviously not satisfied with the reward he gave? At this point, Wang Mang felt a little conflicted. This was because he really didn't have many treasures that he could take out. Moreover, Wang Meng guessed that this guy might want a lot of things. Obviously, ordinary benefits were completely unable to move Black Bear. Thinking of this, Wang Meng said helplessly, "Brother Shaking Bear, what do you want? Brother, tell me quickly. As long as I have it, I won't hesitate." Hearing this, Black Bear fell silent for a moment before saying, "Don't ask. I won't tell you even if you ask. Unless you make a vicious oath and promise to give me half of it, I won't take you there." Hearing this, Wang Meng was instantly furious. He felt that this Black Bear simply didn't know how to appreciate favors. Couldn't he see the situation clearly? Couldn't he see the disparity in strength between the two sides? It was obvious that Black Bear would rather die than submit. Wang Meng gave up on threatening him and began to think about the gains and losses. This Black Bear was too greedy. Damn it. He also wanted half of the natural treasures that were close to the immortal tier. Damn it, this Black Bear, was he worthy? This was simply a greedy snake trying to swallow an elephant. Just as Wang Meng was about to continue threatening him, Black Bear suddenly spoke. "There's no room for discussion. You have to give me half of the benefits. Otherwise, even if you kill me, I won't open my mouth. Also, don't try to threaten me. If you push me too far, I'll end my own life. Also, I only agree to share the benefits because we've worked together for so long and have such a good relationship." After hearing Black Bear's words, Wang Meng became even angrier. He really wanted to say to Black Bear, "Damn it, you're just a Black Bear. You ate a natural treasure that was close to the immortal tier. You're simply wasting the treasure." Of course, Wang Meng knew that he definitely couldn't say this out loud. After all, he still had some understanding of Black Bear's character. Although this Black Bear was shameless, he had a bottom line. Like him, he was amenable to coaxing but not coercion. Just as Wang Meng was in a dilemma, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced, detected the host's current situation, given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1, Disdain. Ignore what Black Bear said. A natural treasure that was close to the immortal tier. Mission time. Available upon selection. Mission reward. 500 million evolution points. Intermediate blind box, X1. Mission 2. Coercion and bribery. Obtain what Black Bear said. A natural treasure that was close to the immortal tier. Mission time. Available upon completion. Mission reward. 1 billion evolution points. Advanced blind box, X1. Mission 3. Accept distribution. Ensure success in obtaining a natural treasure that was close to the immortal tier. Mission time. Available upon completion. Mission reward. 1. 5 billion evolution points. Best quality blind box, X1. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Meng was a bit surprised. He was still in a dilemma whether or not to use force. He didn't expect that the system would give him a mission instead. This also indirectly told Wang Meng a piece of information. That was the treasure that Black Bear said did exist. Thinking about this, Wang Meng was in a dilemma. If possible, Wang Meng naturally wanted to eat it alone. After all, this was a natural treasure that was close to the immortal tier. Now, there were at most 3 months until the catastrophe. If he could obtain this natural treasure that was close to the immortal tier, he would be able to enjoy it alone. Then, Wang Meng's strength would definitely skyrocket. But the problem was, if he chose coercion and bribery, he might not be able to open this guy's mouth. Thinking about this, Wang Meng finally chose to continue negotiating for a while before making a decision. Thinking about this, Wang Meng immediately complained, "Half is too much. Brother Black Bear, I've contributed a lot, so I should at least get 70%. But facing Wang Meng's pitiful act, Black Bear turned a deaf ear and said coldly, "You have to give me half, or else you'll kill me. I won't say anything, so don't waste your effort. Also, let me tell you, don't try to use mental attacks. Recently, I've also obtained a mental ability. Maybe I can't beat you, but if I want to kill myself, it's still very easy." Seeing Black Bear's arrogant appearance, Wang Meng was speechless for a while. Damn, Black Bear can easily kill himself. Does he have a sense of superiority? However, Wang Mang also saw Black Bear's determination. Helpless, Wang Mang could only nod his head and say, "Okay, I promise you. I'll give you half. The premise is that I can obtain a natural treasure that's close to the immortal tier." Just as he finished speaking, Wang Mang also said in his heart, "System, I choose mission 3. The next moment, the system's voice also sounded frowny-faced ding. The host has successfully chosen the mission. Please complete it as soon as possible to receive the reward. Chapter 273. After hearing Wang Mang's words, Black Bear's expression eased. In fact, he really didn't threaten Wang Mang. If Wang Mang didn't agree to give him half of the benefits, he wouldn't say anything even if he had to die. Moreover, the reason why he chose to bring it up now was mainly because the world was about to change. He was worried that too many uncontrollable things would happen in the future, and he was also worried that his strength wouldn't be enough to deal with the changes. Therefore, Black Bear also urgently needed to increase his strength, which was why he said this heaven and earth treasure that he saw as his own. At the same time, after making a compromise, Wang Mang said in a pained tone, "Brother Black Bear, can you say it now?" Hearing that, Black Bear nodded and said, "Swear it. It's best if you swear a heavenly oath." Wang Mang was speechless for a while. In the end, he could only follow Black Bear's request and swear an oath. After Wang Mang made the oath, Black Bear finally relented and said, "Brother Giant Python, I can bring you there right now." Hearing that, Wang Mang nodded and said, "Okay, let's go then. You lead the way. Don't lie to me. Otherwise, don't blame me for falling out with you." Black Bear curled his lips and said unhappily, "If the world wasn't about to change, I wouldn't even say it. Let's go. I hope I can also become a demon emperor this time." At this point, Black Bear became excited and expectant. Seeing that, Wang Mang couldn't help but nod secretly. Black Bear's explanation was indeed reasonable. In fact, Wang Mang even suspected that if the world wasn't about to change, Black Bear would definitely keep this matter to himself. It was no wonder that this dog refused to say anything and wanted half of the benefits even if he was beaten to death. After that, Wang Mang left the province again under Black Bear's lead. Wang Mang left the province again. To be honest, Wang Mang didn't even have time to go back to take a look. In the end, just as he reached the door, he had to go out again. Although he was a little unhappy, he thought of being able to obtain a heaven and earth treasure that was close to the immortal level. Wang Mang was in a wonderful mood. What surprised Wang Mang was that the Black Bear was leading him in the direction of the 4 provinces of Sichuan. Could it be that this heaven and earth treasure, which was close to the immortal level, was in the 4 provinces of Sichuan? Thinking of this, Wang Mang did not ask. He knew that Black Bear would not dare to lie to him. The current Wang Mang was no longer the same as before. He could pinch this fellow to death at any time. A few hours later, Wang Mang and Black Bear arrived at the 4 provinces of Sichuan, in a primeval forest in the Kunlun Mountains. After arriving here, Wang Mang was even more puzzled. Could it be that the heavenly material and earthly treasure that was close to the immortal level was in the Kunlun Mountains? But if they were in this mountain range right now, why hadn't the Tiger Emperor discovered them back then? Just as Wang Mang was feeling puzzled, Black Bear said, "Be careful later. This is the Tiger Emperor's territory." Hearing this, Wang Mang almost couldn't hold back his laughter. He was wondering why Black Bear became so cautious the moment he came to the Kunlun Mountains. So, it was because of the Tiger Emperor. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said in annoyance, "Don't worry. I've already killed the Tiger Emperor. Just lead the way boldly, Brother Black Bear. Now in the Red Empire, there aren't many monster emperors who can do anything to me." Hearing Wang Mang's confident words, Black Bear was extremely shocked. F***CK. He never expected this. Wang Mang had already killed a monster emperor. Moreover, judging from Wang Mang's tone, it didn't seem like he was bragging at all. For a moment, not only was Black Bear shocked, but he also felt bitter. They had only known each other for a few months, right? The gap between them had already reached such a level. How could Black Bear still live? Even if he broke through to the Monster Emperor level, there would still be a huge gap between him and Wang Mang. Thinking of this, Black Bear secretly swore in his heart. If possible, he would continue to work hard and strive to prevent the gap between him and Wang Mang from getting bigger and bigger. Yes, now he no longer had any hope of surpassing Wang Mang, because Wang Mang was so heaven-defying that he had never met someone as terrifying as him in his entire life as a monster. A few more hours passed. Under Black Bear's lead, Wang Mang had already arrived at the depths of the Kunlun Mountains. This place was surrounded by mountains, but it seemed to be isolated from the rest of the world. The surrounding natural barriers isolated this place from the outside world. At first glance, this place was like a paradise. There was a huge cave near the mountain wall. Moreover, the spiritual chi here was very abundant, as if it was several times denser than the spiritual chi in other places. This caused Wang Mang to be extremely shocked, because Wang Mang had also encountered this situation when he obtained the half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth in the lake. Thinking of this, Wang Mang became a little excited. At the same time, he hurriedly asked Black Bear beside him, "Brother Black Bear, are you sure there are treasures of heaven and earth that are close to the immortal level here?" Black Bear's tone was unusually certain. "Yes, Brother Giant Python, I saw it here at that time. That was 1,000 years ago. At that time, I was just a big monster." Hearing this, Wang Mang secretly nodded with satisfaction and said, "Which treasures of heaven and earth that are close to the immortal level might be in the cave?" Black Bear was a little uncertain. "It should be. I saw it come out of the cave at that time." Hearing this, Wang Mang secretly nodded and then decided to observe for a while, because Wang Mang was afraid of alerting the enemy. If he scared away the treasures of heaven and earth, he would really have nowhere to cry. After all, this kind of treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level were very fast. Wang Mang knew very well how fast they were. Last time, a group of monster emperors could not catch up with it. Only the Dog Emperor could catch up with it. Otherwise, Wang Mang would not be so passive. Damn it, it seemed that speed was still his weakness. If his speed was unparalleled in the world, he could go anywhere in the world. Unfortunately, Wang Mang's speed was really not easy to increase. It seemed that he had to increase his speed even more. Thinking of this, Wang Mang had already made a decision in his heart. He decided to use his designated lottery chance to increase his speed ability next time. Just like this, Wang Mang and Black Bear concealed their auras and began to wait. Before seeing the treasures of heaven and earth appear, Wang Mang would definitely not act rashly. But Wang Mang never expected that he would wait for a week. A week had passed. He did not see any treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level appear at all. However, there really were treasures of heaven and earth in this place, because during this week, Wang Mang saw several treasures of heaven and earth that were active in this area. This was also the reason why Wang Mang continued to wait patiently, because since there were traces of treasures of heaven and earth of the Demon Royal level, it proved that this place was a treasure land. The possibility of having treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level was also very high. In the blink of an eye, another half a month had passed. Wang Mang's patience was gradually running out, because he had been waiting here for almost a month. But he still did not see any traces of treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level. This made Wang Mang very unhappy, and his patience turned into impatience. After all, Wang Mang had a bad temper to begin with. Now that he did not see any treasures of heaven and earth, of course, he was very unhappy. This was almost a month's delay. During this 1 month, he did nothing but stand guard here every day. Of course, Wang Mang was very unhappy in his heart. Right at this moment, Wang Mang suddenly saw something in his line of sight. A snow-white and flawless little doll stumbled out of the cave with a pure and innocent smile on her little face. She giggled as she walked out of the cave. At the same time, Wang Mang's eyes were immediately attracted by this little doll, because its appearance caused the spirit chi of heaven and earth in the surroundings to instantly surge. At the same time, Wang Mang also quietly used information detection. The next moment, the little doll's information appeared in front of his eyes. Target: Spiritual Peach Doll. Cultivation experience: 8,800 years. Grade: half immortal level treasures of heaven and earth. Chapter 274. When he saw the flawless, snow-white doll, Bear was immediately excited. Black Bear suddenly became excited. He lowered his voice and said, "It's here. That's it." Hearing that, Wang Mang came back to his senses. Seeing the excited bear, he hurriedly whispered, "Don't make a sound. I'll find a chance to attack. In addition, think of a way to capture the rest of the Demon Royal level heaven and earth treasures." After hearing Wang Mang's instructions, Bear hurriedly nodded excitedly. "Don't worry. Leave those Demon Royal level heaven and earth treasures to me. Later, think of a way to capture those heaven and earth treasures that are close to the immortal level." In just a moment, the two sides had divided the tasks and assigned the tasks. At the same time, Wang Mang was also carefully observing this heaven and earth treasure that was close to the immortal level. Wang Mang found that this heaven and earth treasure looked more lively than the White Lotus not long ago. Although it was 100 years behind that half-immortal level heaven and earth treasure in terms of cultivation. However, it was also a heaven and earth treasure that was extremely close to the half-immortal level. Thinking of this, Wang Mang suppressed his excitement and looked for a chance to attack. After this, Wang Mang felt that he could go back to his nest and quietly wait for the great changes in the world. At this time, Wang Mang was surprised to find that these heaven and earth treasures could actually communicate with each other. He saw that this half-immortal level heaven and earth treasure was communicating with these emperor-level heaven and earth treasures. Although he didn't know what they were talking about, the status of these heaven and earth treasures was clearly divided according to their cultivation and strength. For example, this half-immortal spiritual peach doll looked harmless and even very cute. However, these Demon Royal level heaven and earth treasures were extremely respectful to it, as if they respected it. At the same time, after observing for a while, Wang Mang was ready to attack. Because Wang Mang decided not to delay any longer. After giving a signal to the Black Bear Demon King, Wang Mang nodded to the Black Bear Demon King. At the same time, his body instantly turned into a huge body with 4 wings on his back and shot out rapidly. His speed was so fast that even the monarch-level treasures in the distance could not react in time. Only when Wang Mang was right in front of it did the Spirit Peach Doll react. When he felt Wang Mang's tyrannical and terrifying demon chi, he panicked even more. He subconsciously burrowed into the ground, but Wang Mang chased after him. Not only that, Wang Mang's instantaneous burst of speed was extremely fast. Hence, before the spiritual peach baby could escape too deep into the ground, it was caught by Wang Mang. After catching this spirit peach doll, Wang Mang was even more ecstatic. He immediately put it into his storage space. After that, Wang Mang immediately drilled out of the ground. After emerging from the ground, Wang Mang saw that Black Bear had already caught 3 Demon Emperor-level treasures of heaven and earth. Among them, one of the Emperor-grade treasures of heaven and earth fled directly toward Wang Mang. But it happened to be caught by Wang Mang, who had just drilled out of the ground. The Emperor-level treasure of heaven and earth was about to struggle, but Wang Mang did not give it a chance to escape at all. He directly put it into his storage space. It could be said that this operation of capturing the treasure of heaven and earth was completed perfectly. Wang Mang successfully caught this treasure of heaven and earth that was close to the immortal level, and he also harvested several Demon Emperor level treasures of heaven and earth. At this time, Black Bear also walked up excitedly. He could not wait to say to Wang Mang, "Hurry up, take it out and share it." Hearing this, Wang Mang was a little reluctant. But thinking of the oath he made, Wang Mang had no choice but to take out the Spirit Peach Doll. At this moment, the Spirit Peach Doll, who was entangled by Wang Mang's tail, struggled in fear and begged in horror, "Please don't kill me. The world is about to change. Lord Demon Emperor, please spare me. When the time comes, I can become an earth immortal. Once I become an earth immortal, I will definitely follow you, Lord." Hearing the spirit peach doll's words, Wang Mang was stunned. It was obviously the first time he had heard such news. After the world changed, these treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level could become earth immortals? Didn't this mean that these treasures of heaven and earth that were originally reduced to their great tonics would become farmers singing songs? But after thinking about it carefully, Wang Mang was relieved. These treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level were about to reach 9,000 years of cultivation. If the world changed and the restrictions on them disappeared, it would be normal for these treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level to directly become earth immortals. After all, these treasures of heaven and earth were close to becoming earth immortals. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's heart became heavy. How many treasures of heaven and earth immortals were there on earth? Especially this kind of treasures of heaven and earth. In the future, it would definitely lead to a reshuffle of the powerhouses on earth. At this moment, Black Bear was also extremely shocked. He did not expect that these treasures of heaven and earth would lead to a chance to turn things around after the world changed. After all, it was too difficult for treasures of heaven and earth to turn things around. The reason why they were stuck at the level of treasures of heaven and earth that were close to the immortal level was because the spiritual chi of heaven and earth was not abundant. To put it bluntly, the world did not allow earth immortals to appear. But now that the world had changed from the tone of this half-immortal level treasure, it was obviously very likely that they would turn things around. Thinking of this, Black Bear's heart was also very heavy. He was even more worried than Wang Mang. Of course, it was obviously impossible to let go of this half-immortal level treasure of heaven and earth. Black Bear was counting on this treasure of heaven and earth to turn things around and break through to the Demon Emperor realm as soon as possible. Therefore, he impatiently urged, "Brother Giant Python, hurry up and divide it." Wang Mang nodded indifferently. Then, he ignored the spirit Peach Child's begging and divided it into two. After reluctantly giving half of it to Black Bear, Wang Mang said unhappily, "How many Demon Emperor level treasures of heaven and earth do you have?" Black Bear was not long-winded. He took out a 7,000-year-old Emperor level treasure of heaven and earth and gave it to Wang Mang. Then, Black Bear impatiently said, "Brother Giant Python, I'll leave first. We'll meet again someday." After saying that, Black Bear left without looking back. Seeing this scene, Wang Mang did not know whether to laugh or cry. It seemed that Black Bear still did not believe in his character. Otherwise, he would not have left immediately after getting the treasure of heaven and earth. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was very puzzled. Was his character really that bad? Was he really that untrustworthy? Just as Wang Mang was speechless, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face ding. "Congratulations, host. Mission completed." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 1.5 billion evolution points." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained best quality blind box X1. Chapter 275. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. Not bad, not bad. This mission was simply too easy to complete. The evolution points rewarded by the system were just a small part. The real prize was this half of a half-immortal heavenly treasure. This kind of half-immortal level heavenly treasure would at least give him a few dozen evolution points. Thinking about this, Wang Mang couldn't help but become high-spirited. At the same time, Wang Mang also put this half-immortal treasure into his bag. Then, Wang Mang began to return home. This time, Wang Mang planned to slowly increase his strength after returning to his home base. After all, his harvest this time was not small. Apart from that, he was not far from his home base. Therefore, Wang Mang decided to return first. Thinking about this, Wang Mang flapped his 4 wings and soared into the sky. 2 hours later, Wang Mang successfully arrived at his home province. Then, Wang Mang rushed for more than 10 minutes. Wang Mang arrived near his home's reservoir. What made Wang Mang secretly satisfied was that he didn't discover the aura of other strange demon clan experts in his home base. In addition, it was worth mentioning, Wang Mang discovered that beside his home's large pig farm, a large number of workers were building a huge encirclement. This encirclement was very large, completely comparable to the area of 3 large pig farms. Without guessing, Wang Mang knew that this should be the work of his father. Therefore, Wang Mang didn't pay too much attention to it. After patrolling the sky, Wang Mang was like a flood dragon. His huge body descended from the sky and rushed into the reservoir. Bang bang. Following Wang Mang's descent into the water, on the surface of the water, there were waves more than 10 meters high. At the same time, this also alarmed the old turtle in the reservoir. But when the old turtle quickly rushed over and saw Wang Mang, it was even more shocked. If he hadn't sensed Wang Mang's familiar aura, he wouldn't have recognized Wang Mang. "Your Majesty, you're too domineering." Old Turtle stared blankly at Wang Mang and said in shock. Hearing that, Wang Mang nodded in high spirits. "Not bad. Keep a low profile. Did anything happen in the territory while I was away?" Upon hearing that, Old Turtle immediately reported, "Your Majesty, there's no trouble, but a few small demons came, and I drove them away." Wang Mang smiled and nodded in encouragement. "That's right. Not bad. Guard my territory well. I won't mistreat you, Old Turtle." Old Turtle immediately said in a firm tone, "This old servant will not disappoint your Majesty." Only then did Wang Mang nod happily. He then left the reservoir and came to the shore. Now, the reservoir where Wang Mang was at was empty even in broad daylight. Ever since the incident with the monster was exposed, these humans have been very obedient. They didn't dare to come to the wilderness casually. Naturally, this included Wang Mang's reservoir. After coming to the bank, Wang Mang rushed to his cave residence. In front of the cave residence, Wang Mang saw the tiger demon, water buffalo demon, and goat demon who were still guarding the cave residence. The subordinates of the 3 great demons didn't recognize Wang Mang at first sight. But after sensing the terrifying aura released by Wang Mang, they trembled a little. One of them was the tiger demon. He braced himself and came up to Wang Mang, saying carefully, "Your Majesty, this is the territory of our python demon king." Pattern. Wang Mang was speechless. It seemed that he hadn't been back for too long. His subordinates also didn't recognize him after his transformation. Thinking of this, Wang Mang suddenly said angrily, "I'm your king." After hearing Wang Mang's words, the 3 demon subordinates were stunned for a while. Then they hurriedly said respectfully, "Congratulations on your return, Your Majesty." Wang Mang nodded slightly and went into the cave residence. At the same time, he instructed, "Guard the cave residence well. Don't let anyone in." After entering the cave, Wang Mang couldn't wait to prepare. He took out the half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth and prepared to enjoy it. This was because Wang Mang was only a little bit away from evolving again. Thinking of this, Wang Mang took out his harvest this time. It was a half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth. Then, there were 2 emperor treasures of heaven and earth. This was at least more than 6 billion evolution points. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be a little excited. Then, he threw all the treasures of heaven and earth into the bloody mouth. At the same time, the system's voice sounded. "Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 6,500 years old emperor treasure of heaven and earth. Obtained 55 million evolution points. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 7,000 years old emperor treasure of heaven and earth. Obtained 300 million evolution points. Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully devoured 8,900 years old half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth. Obtained 6 billion evolution points. Ding! The accumulation has met the evolution requirements. Do you want to start the evolution?" "No." After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but be bursting with joy. Sure enough, this half-immortal treasure of heaven and earth didn't let him down. It was worth 6 billion evolution points. This was also something that Wang Mang had expected. It could be said that these treasures of heaven and earth had allowed him to obtain a lot of evolution points. The second consecutive evolution was just around the corner. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was very happy. After the excitement, Wang Mang began to think. How should he increase his strength this time? This was because Wang Mang had returned to his nest. He had already decided, if there was nothing else, he would stay in his nest and wait for the world to change. At that time, he would rise up and proclaim himself as a king. Except, this time, he not only wanted to evolve. Moreover, he also wanted to use all the opportunities to increase his strength. He would strive to increase his strength to the strongest state and then wait for the world to change. Moreover, if Wang Mang didn't remember wrongly, the evolution points he had obtained had already exceeded 10 billion. However, if he wanted to evolve again, this might not be enough. It was still lacking a bit. Thinking of this, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, open the best blind box first." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Successfully opened the best blind box." Ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 1 billion evolution points." Not bad. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was happy. This is a good sign. Sure enough, the best blind box was awesome. For a moment, Wang Mang began to look forward to the next prize. 1 minute later, the system's voice sounded for the second time, frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained." Chapter 276. The system's voice sounded for the second time, frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained. Cross-realm summoning projection card." Note, this summoning card can summon any kind of powerhouse. Whether it's an enemy or a friend is unknown. Please use with caution. When he heard the system's voice, Wang Mang was completely dumbfounded. After a long time, Wang Mang regained his senses. Damn! Oh my god! Did I really get this thing? Wang Mang had seen this thing before. He always thought that this thing was put out by the system to look at, but now it seemed it was really possible to get it. Sure enough, luck was a mysterious thing. This time's prize was totally out of Wang Mang's expectation. Damn it, he never thought that he could really get it. But this thing just had to be opened. This caused Wang Mang to be momentarily at a loss as to what to say. Especially this thing's note. Whether the summoned powerhouse's projection is a friend or a foe is completely unknown. It even specifically told him to use it with caution. It seemed that this thing really couldn't be used casually. Perhaps it was only used when his life was in great danger. This plaything could be used as a life-saving trump card that could be used in gambling. At the same time, Wang Mang also began to look forward to the next prize. This was mainly because this top-grade blind box seemed to be a little too heaven-defying. It got something that was out of his expectations. At this time, the system's voice sounded for the third time, frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. Obtained 2 billion evolution points." Ding. "Accumulated to meet the evolution conditions." Begin evolution? No. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't be more excited. Damn it, the top-grade blind box was indeed powerful. This was called a blind box. The power was simply too great. This was only the third time the prize was opened, and it gave him 3 billion evolution points, plus a powerhouse projection summoning card. This was going to be heaven-defying. Now, he had gone through 2 guaranteed evolutions. Thinking of this, Wang Mang once again looked forward to it anxiously. 1 minute later, the system's voice sounded for the fourth time, frowny-faced ding. "Congratulations, host. You have obtained Bad Luck Card X1. Bad Luck Card. The target will enter a state of bad luck after use. Light injuries range from heavy injuries to death." After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was stunned at first. Then he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. What should I say about this? Say yes. Actually, it was pretty good. After all, the system had given him a note. Once it was used on a target, the target would be severely injured at best or even die at worst. To tell the truth, Wang Mang even had a target in mind. The target was none other than Nanhua Old Immortal. As long as this dog was alive, Wang Mang could not sleep soundly. He was afraid that one day, Nanhua Old Immortal would suddenly come and kill him. Therefore, Wang Mang had already decided to wait until after the evolution. I'll give this bad luck card to Nanhua Old Immortal and let him experience its power. With this thought, Wang Mang was in a good mood. At this moment, the system's voice sounded for the 5th time, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 500 million evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was slightly disappointed this time. After all, the rewards from above were quite good. I hope that the system will give me some strength. After waiting for another minute, the system's voice sounded for the 6th time, frowny face ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 500 million evolution points. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang could not help but secretly feel regretful. Although the item that the blind box gave him had a lot of evolution points, but it still did not reach the level of exploding. However, the evolution points from 2 consecutive evolutions was more than enough. Thinking about this, Wang Mang's mood became a lot better. At the same time, Wang Mang could not help but silently say in his heart, "System, open my personal information." The next moment, personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang type, 4-winged bull flame python status. Adult cultivation, 6,500 years. Demonic Emperor, body, 172 m long, 6 m wide, 500,000 kilograms weight. Combat power, 500,000 kilograms bite force, 120 kilometers per hour speed. Skills, corrosive poison, steel body, super self-healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, wishful shrinking. Magical powers, king's slavery, soul control seal, broken body regeneration, mysterious water domain, heaven escape, magma eruption, wishful bone spur, thunder spell. Special, storage space, information detection, 9 demonic king level treasures, 16 great demonic king level treasures, free chance to upgrade magical powers X1, advanced blind box X1, bad luck card X1, powerhouse cross-border projection summoning card X1, designated lottery chance X1, Iron Palm. Shopping center, activated. Luck, 88. Dragon among men. Evolution points, 16. 855 billion/7 billion. Current ranking, global ranking, 82nd. After looking at the personal information, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. The harvest this time was not inferior to the harvest of Seer of Evil Country. 2 evolutions were completely enough. Maybe he could even evolve 3 times in a row, because he still had an advanced blind box that he had not opened. As for the designated lottery chance, Wang Mang decided to use it to get a speed-type magical power. Thinking of this, Wang Mang said happily, "System, start evolving." Obviously, Wang Mang decided to evolve first. After this evolution, his body length was estimated to reach 200 meters. 200 meters. With this size, he could go to the city and wantonly destroy it. At this time, the system's voice sounded frowny face ding. Successfully deducted 7 billion evolution points. Beginning evolution. Then, Wang Mang once again lost consciousness during the evolution. After waiting for 2 hours. After the evolution ended, Wang Mang slowly woke up. After waking up, Wang Mang still did not observe the changes in his body, because he still wanted to continue evolving. Thinking of this, Wang Mang once again said in his heart, "System, continue evolving." In the next moment, the system's voice sounded again, frowny face ding. Successfully deducted 8 billion evolution points. Beginning evolution. Ding. Warm reminder, after this evolution, there will be changes to your personal data. Then, Wang Mang once again lost consciousness. Another 2 hours passed. Wang Mang finally completely woke up from the evolution. After waking up, Wang Mang felt that his body had changed a lot. Moreover, this time, it seemed that his body width had begun to increase again. In addition, his body length had naturally increased by a lot. Of course, after 2 evolutions, how big of a change would there be? In fact, Wang Mang was not too clear. He could only vaguely feel that his body had undergone a huge change, and various levels had increased. Chapter 277. Other than that, Wang Mang seemed to vaguely remember. During the 2nd evolution, the system said that personal information data would change. Thinking of this, Wang Mang did not waste time and silently said in his heart, "System, open personal information," because he was looking at the changes in strength after the 2 evolutions. In the next moment, personal information appeared in front of his eyes. Host, Wang Mang. Type, 4-winged bull flame python, peak. Cultivation, 6,600 years, demon emperor level. Body shape, 180 meters long, 8 meters wide, 800,000 kilograms weight. Combat strength, 800,000 kilograms bite force, 120 kilometers per hour. Skills, corrosive poison, steel body, super self-healing, water breathing, bloodthirsty rage, 10,000 beast deterrence, wishful shrinking. Supernatural powers, king's slavery, soul control seal, broken body rebirth, mysterious water heavy domain, heaven escape, magma eruption, wishful bone spur, thunder spell. Space, information detection, 9 Demon King level treasures, 16 Great Demon King level treasures, 1 free chance to upgrade supernatural powers, advanced blind box X1, bad luck card X1, powerhouse crossrail projection, summoning card X1, designated lottery chance X1, iron palm. Maul, activated. Luck value, 88, dragon among snakes. Evolution value, 1, 855 billion/9 billion. Current ranking, 78th in the global ranking. After reading his personal information, Wang Mang did not see the change at first glance. After looking carefully for a while, Wang Mang found that the status item had disappeared. In addition, his body width had increased a little. His body length had also reached 180 meters. 180 meters. To be honest, with such a volume, even if Wang Mang was fighting in the forest now, it would be difficult to escape the detection of satellites. However, Wang Mang had long known that basically, the demon race's powerhouses were all under the surveillance of the human empires. For example, the Red Empire had always known about the existence of the demon race. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was relieved. It was worth mentioning that his current cultivation had reached 6,600 years. The global ranking of powerhouses had risen to 78th. With such a ranking, Wang Mang was definitely tyrannical on land. That was because the entire Earth was included in the ranking of the strongest in the world. In other words, Wang Mang's strength had indeed increased by quite a bit. In Wang Mang's opinion, with his strength, he should be able to sit back and relax, right? Fine. It was probably enough for the time being. But who knows what the future holds? However, Wang Mang had made up his mind. If he didn't have any missions, he could just treat it as a holiday and have a good rest. After all, it was tiring for him to work every day. Oh no, it should be said that he was on the path of becoming stronger every day. But after a long time, Wang Mang was also tired. These days, Wang Mang had been running around tirelessly. Although it felt good to become stronger, it was also very tiring. Now that he looked back, Wang Mang felt a little sad. His heart ached for himself. He was too hard-working. He realized that he was so focused on becoming stronger that he was about to go crazy. Fortunately, he had already become a demon emperor. I should be able to rest for a while. Wait a minute. He seemed to have thought of something. Wang Mang suddenly exclaimed to himself, "Oh right, I haven't improved my supernatural power yet." After all, Wang Mang had long planned to improve his speed. He didn't know how long it would take for the system to help him improve his speed. It could be said that in all aspects of Wang Mang's strength, his speed was not outstanding. Of course, when compared to other demons, it was a different story. He was still inferior to the best, but better than the worst. Thinking of this, Wang Mang silently said in his heart, "System, use the designated lucky draw opportunity." The direction of the lucky draw is towards speed. Speed's supernatural power. The next moment, the system's voice sounded, "Ding! Congratulations, host. Successfully used the designated lucky draw opportunity." Then, a lucky compass appeared in Wang Mang's mind. But when he saw the 9 prizes on the lucky compass, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh. The 9 prizes were as follows: Frowny Face, Supernatural Power, Rapid Storm. Note: after using the supernatural power, the speed can reach the speed of the wind, 3,000 kilometers per hour. Supernatural power, leaving the dust in the dust. Note: after using the supernatural power, the speed can increase by 5 times. Supernatural power, 10,000 miles in a thought. Note: after using the supernatural power, the speed can increase by 30 times. Supernatural power, 1 step to the horizon. Note: after using the supernatural power, the speed can increase by 50 times. Supernatural power, 1 step to the heavens. Note: after using the supernatural power, the speed can increase by 100 times. Supernatural power, crossing space. Note: after using the supernatural power, the space can be torn apart and crossed over to another space. Supernatural power, swift shadow. Note: after using the supernatural power, the speed can increase by 15 times. Supernatural power, somersault cloud. Note: 1 somersault can travel 108,000 miles. Powerhouse summoning card. Note: after using, the card can randomly summon a powerhouse to this world. It is unknown whether the powerhouse is a friend or foe. Please use with caution. These were the 9 prizes. This made Wang Mang so happy that he could not close his mouth. This was because he only wanted to obtain one of these abilities that was slightly more powerful. From then on, he would be a little whirlwind of speed. He could go wherever he wanted. By then, there would be no more powerhouses that he could not afford to offend. After all, he could run if he could not win. It would be even better if he could obtain the supernatural power, 1 step to the heavens. His speed would increase by 100 times. This meant that Wang Mang could reach 100,000 kilometers per hour in the air. With such a speed, he would be able to run around the earth. By then, Nanhua Old Immortal would be nothing. Want to kill him? Impossible. By then, would he still need to care about other powerhouses? Impossible. By then, who would he need to be afraid of? No one. At least on Earth, he could be at ease. With this thought, Wang Mang began to look forward to it anxiously. He hoped that he would be given the most powerful speed, supernatural power. By then, he would be able to look down on everyone. Wang Mang was looking forward to it. The lucky compass began to spin rapidly. 1 minute later, only then did the spinning speed of the lucky compass slow down. At the same time, Wang Mang was extremely nervous. This was his only designated lucky draw chance. System, please don't cheat him. Otherwise, he would not be able to be at ease. Thinking of this, Wang Mang could not help but pray in his heart, "Daddy System, please do me a favor and take care of me for once." At this time, the system's voice sounded, "Ding! Congratulations, host. You have obtained one." Chapter 278. At this moment, the system's voice sounded frowny-faced. "Ding! Congratulations, host. Obtained supernatural power. 1 step in the world." Note: after use, your speed could be increased by 50 times. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but laugh excitedly. Aha! Damn it! Finally, he got something good out of it. Wang Mang had been longing for this for a long time. To be honest, he had always been dissatisfied with his speed, even if he could fly at a speed of 1,000 kilometers per hour. But this was still not enough for Wang Mang. Among the monster emperors that he knew, the dog emperor was faster than him. As for the other monster emperors, Wang Mang didn't know. However, on land, his speed could only be considered excellent, and he was not at the top. But now it was different. With such speed, Wang Mang was simply going against the heavens. Although reaching the heavens in a single bound would only increase one's speed by 50 times, this was already very good. Because Wang Mang could fly at a speed of 1,000 kilometers per hour in the sky. What did it mean to increase it by 50 times? His speed could increase by 50,000 kilometers per hour. With such speed, he could run around the Earth. By then, these monsters wouldn't even be able to see his butt. Want to kill him? They were simply living in a dream. Wang Mang was simply too arrogant now. With such speed, even if the Earth was about to explode, he could quickly escape. From now on, who can kill me? No one. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but feel proud. If one were to say that Wang Mang had indeed lost his sense of measure right now, then Wang Mang's current state was simply too arrogant. His only regret was that he didn't get an even more heaven-defying supernatural power. For example, Monkey Sun's flying cloud. One somersault could cover 108,000 miles. After all, how long did one somersault take? In the blink of an eye, okay? It could be said that such a body was indeed heaven-defying. Unfortunately, Wang Mang didn't get it at all. However, thinking that he wasn't in the journey to the west, his current speed was enough for him to use on Earth. With this thought, Wang Mang was overjoyed. In fact, he couldn't wait to test his own speed. This was because Wang Mang had yet to test how terrifying a speed of 50,000 kilometers per hour was. In a good mood, Wang Mang moved his body and came out of the cave. Looking at the water buffalo demon guarding outside the cave, Wang Mang pondered for a moment before instructing, "Don't worry. Go find Uncle Yang and ask him to contact my father." "Yes, Your Majesty." Hearing this, the water buffalo great demon nodded respectfully and left. More than an hour later, the water buffalo great demon returned and said that he had conveyed his message. According to Wang Mang's estimation, his father would rush over as soon as he received the news. As for why he took the initiative to look for his father this time, it was mainly because he wanted to give him the Iron Palm Manual and the King Tier treasure of heaven and earth. It was true that he had no use for these things. However, they were still considered priceless treasures to ordinary people and even demon kings. 2 hours later, when the sky was about to darken, Wang Mang waited for his father and Uncle Yang to arrive. However, when he saw the change in his father, Wang Mang was surprised. His father's hair, which was already half white, was now black. Not only that, his cold face was full of energy. More importantly, Wang Mang actually felt an abundance of spirit qi in his father's body. This made Wang Mang couldn't help but secretly use information detection. The next moment, his father's information appeared before his eyes. Target: your father. Cultivation experience: 500 years. Level: middle stage golden elixir, comparable to a small demon. Luck: 88. Threat level: guess. After reading his father's information, Wang Mang was immediately surprised. He didn't expect his father's cultivation to have reached the golden elixir realm. It seemed that his father had really figured out how to cultivate. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but sigh. However, what he didn't know was that his father's strength really did increase by relying on the heaven and earth treasures he gave him. At this moment, seeing his son's change in appearance, Wang Fu couldn't help but say in surprise, "Son, are you going to transform into a dragon? Do you have horns on your head?" Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately shook his head and said, "Father, Uncle Yang, let's talk inside." Wang Fu nodded and followed Father Yang into Wang Mang's cave. After entering the cave, Wang Fu asked, "What's wrong, son? Why did you call me here?" Hearing this, Wang Mang smiled and said, "Of course I have something good for you." Hearing Wang Mang's words, Wang Fu's eyes lit up and he asked excitedly, "Son, did you get some heaven and earth treasures again?" Hearing this, Wang Mang smiled and nodded. Then he took out all the king-level and king-level heaven and earth treasures from his interspatial storage. Looking at the 10 to 20 heavenly materials and earthly treasures that were struggling with their medicinal fragrance, old man Wang grew excited. Good. These heaven and earth treasures are too useful. After eating them, I realized that cultivating isn't difficult at all. Not bad. My son is finally of some use." Hearing his father's words, Wang Mang was speechless. Then Wang Mang split these heaven and earth treasures into two and extinguished their vitality. This was because if he gave them to his father like this, his father wouldn't be able to find these king-level and king-level heaven and earth treasures. After all, these heaven and earth treasures could really fly and burrow through the ground. Seeing this, his father was so excited that he couldn't close his mouth. He happily put away these heaven and earth treasures and said excitedly, "With so many heaven and earth treasures, my strength will definitely increase greatly." Ha ha ha. Looking at his father's happy face, Wang Mang took out the iron palm manual and said, "Father, this is an iron palm manual." Hearing this, Wang Fu picked up the iron palm manual on the ground and looked at it for a while. Then he said disdainfully, "I don't even cultivate this anymore. Fortunately, I've already found a way to get the book of Lu Ban and half of the book of Qi Min Dun Jia. Now, I should be able to cultivate in a short period of time." Hearing his father's disdainful words, Wang Mang was speechless. Fine. Ever since his father started cultivating, he had been very arrogant. Now, he didn't even care about the manuals that he provided. It seemed that his father had become a little arrogant. However, regarding the two ancient books that his father mentioned, Wang Mang had heard of them. These two ancient books were one of the three great books in history. As for whether it was true or not, Wang Mang didn't know. Chapter 279. At this moment, after his father finished packing up the treasures, he said to him proudly, "Son, do you want me to perform the legendary Taoist techniques for you?" After hearing his father's words, before Wang Mang could say anything, Uncle Yang beside him said in admiration, "Mang, your father is amazing now. His Tao techniques are so pure that he can walk as if he's flying. He's very powerful." Seeing Uncle Yang's admiring gaze, Wang Fu was very proud, as if he enjoyed being admired. Seeing this, Wang Mang didn't know whether to laugh or cry, but he still nodded and smiled. "All right, let's watch your performance." Hearing this, Wang Fu was in high spirits. He immediately formed seals with both hands and performed a few types of Tao techniques in succession. They were all simple Tao techniques, and he performed the Furnace of Youth. After that, Wang Mang saw his father begin to perform martial arts again. Yes, it was martial arts. It seemed that his father cultivated both Tao techniques and martial arts. Moreover, Wang Mang had never seen some of the Tao techniques before. If his father hadn't called out the names of a few Tao techniques, Wang Mang wouldn't have recognized them. However, seeing his father's ferocious display, Wang Mang couldn't help but nod to himself. It seemed that his father had really put in a lot of effort to study cultivation methods. Needless to say, his father had really succeeded and had already stepped into the ranks of cultivation. Just as his father was still performing his Tao techniques, his phone suddenly rang. Seeing this, Wang Mang looked at his father in surprise. His father also stopped performing his Tao techniques and took out his phone in confusion. He then answered the call. A few minutes later, his father hung up the phone with a serious expression. Seeing this, Wang Mang was a little surprised. He immediately asked, "What's wrong, Dad?" Wang Fu said with a serious expression, "It's the people from Red Empire who called me. The people from Red Empire seem to want to talk to you personally." At this point, Wang Fu muttered to himself in confusion, "That's strange. How do they know that you're in contact with me? However, they still don't know that you are my son. They only know that you are in contact with me." Hearing this, Wang Mang was not surprised at all. It could be said that he was not surprised that the Red Empire had discovered his connection with his father. Do not underestimate the power of the Red Empire. The satellites could capture the active traces of the demon clan at any time. At this time, Wang Fu looked at Wang Mang and asked, "Son, do you want to meet him or not? Although the entire world is in chaos, it's best not to offend the Empire before the calamity arrives." At this point, Wang Fu slowly explained, "My son, you don't know how chaotic it has been recently. There are many huge demons erupting from the sea. All over the world, there are also reports of the existence of a large number of monsters. There are even F*** king vampires. I can't believe it." Hearing that, Wang Mang said in surprise, "Dad, is it already so chaotic outside?" Wang Fu nodded with a heavy expression. It's more than chaotic. The price of food outside is sky high. The crime rate is more than 100 times higher than before. All kinds of forces are starting to appear. These forces are either supported by business moguls or political moguls. Now that the Red Empire is fighting for power, the people are also starting to become chaotic. At this point, Wang Fu was filled with emotions. He did not expect the world to be in chaos one day. He had thought that the world might experience a third world war, but he did not expect it to be so chaotic. After hearing his father's words, Wang Meng was also very shocked. He did not expect the outside world to become so exaggerated. The world had not even started to change, but the outside world was already in chaos. Thinking of this, Wang Meng began to ask his father about the current state of society. However, the result left Wang Meng shocked. It was even more exaggerated than what he had imagined. For example, there were already many private armed forces all over the world. Moreover, it was not only the price of food that had skyrocketed, but also war supplies. For example, all kinds of firearms had started to increase. Even within the Red Empire, many forces had appeared. There were so many of these forces that the Red Empire could not suppress them. Apart from that, there were also mass resignations and the world entered a state of chaos. There were still 2 months before the world changed, and not much had happened. However, ever since the sun and the moon were in the sky, and the incident of sea monsters and demons had happened, the situation had become more and more uncontrollable. Moreover, the Red Empire situation was considered good. For example, the Star-Striped Nation had fallen into a state of fragmentation. Their various states had started to go out of control, as if they were local tyrants. In short, the world had already begun to move. Those business moguls or political moguls who had received the important news in advance were already preparing for a backup plan. At the moment, only the ignorant and ignorant commoners were still living their lives as usual. After understanding the current state of the world, Wang Meng pondered for a while, then slowly nodded. Dad, go and tell them to come and talk to me. Wang Fu was a little surprised. You've decided? Will it be dangerous for you? Faced with his father's worries, Wang Meng said confidently, Don't worry, Dad. Your son, me, is now omnipotent. I won't encounter any danger. Hearing his son's confident words, Wang Fu nodded in satisfaction. If it's a good thing and you can negotiate, remember to ask for more benefits. Right now, the outside world is about to be thrown into chaos. Your father, need to make preparations. Wang Meng nodded. Then, his father called the people of the Red Empire. 2 hours later, Wang Meng heard the sound of helicopters coming from outside the cave. Wang Meng immediately said, Dad, wait a moment. I'll go out and take a look. After saying that, Wang Meng moved his body and went out of the cave. Then, Wang Meng saw several helicopters in the sky above the forest, not far from the cave. Then, there were more than 20 fully armed people surrounding a middle-aged, burly man in military uniform. This middle-aged man sized up Wang Meng for a while, then smiled and said, This must be the demon king of our province. Faced with this middle-aged, burly man's question, Wang Meng sized him up for a while, then nodded slightly in response. This was because he felt that this guy in front of him looked familiar. He seemed to be from the armed forces of your province. If one looked at the number of stars on his shoulder, he was indeed a big shot. Let's talk inside. After saying that, Wang Meng went back into the cave. Hearing that, the middle-aged, burly man followed behind him. After entering the cave, the burly man found a random place to sit down. Seeing that, Wang Meng asked him, Tell me your intentions. Hearing that, the middle-aged man slowly said, Today, I'm here on behalf of the Red Empire to invite you to become our country's divine beast. Chapter 280. After hearing the middle-aged man's words, Wang Meng was completely dumbfounded. What the F***CK? What the hell? Country guardian divine beast? I've only heard of it in novels. What god of war? King of soldiers. But Wang Meng had never heard of it before. What is a country guardian divine beast? Wang Mang was completely dumbfounded. After regaining his senses, Wang Mang could not help but ask, "What does this country guardian divine beast mean?" Hearing that, the middle-aged man slowly explained, "It's like this. Ever since the existence of monsters broke out all over the world, now, the Red Empire is facing unprecedented turmoil, although it's better than other empires. But the current situation is not optimistic, so the higher-ups have decided to select some powerful monster royals to be the country guardian divine beasts. By then, the Red Empire will completely publicize your name, and the people of the Empire will know of your existence and treat you as their guardian divine beast." After hearing the middle-aged man's words, Wang Mang was speechless, because he did not hear any benefits from this. On the contrary, he needed to work as the country guardian divine beast. This was a thankless task. If there were benefits to be gained, Wang Mang would really agree. But the problem was there did not seem to be any benefits to be gained. This naturally did not meet Wang Mang's requirements. After all, they could not expect him to only work and not be paid. But now, the Red Empire might not be able to give Wang Mang what he wanted. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was already prepared to reject, because there was no benefit to be gained. What was the use of publicizing his name? When he was in tiny country, his name had already been publicized, okay? As for becoming the people's guardian divine beast, cough cough, this task was too difficult. This was a task to protect the safety of the people's lives. It was better to leave it to the monster royals who were full and had nothing to do. Anyway, Wang Mang would definitely not agree, because when the world changed, many monsters might only be able to protect themselves. How would they have the time to care about humans? It was more like he had nothing better to do. Furthermore, this fellow said that he would choose a powerful demon emperor to be the guardian beast of the country. That was simply daydreaming. There were only so many demonic beast emperors in the Red Empire, and Wang Mang had even killed a tiger emperor. Where would they get so many demonic beast emperors to choose from? Previously, when he said that he would choose a demon emperor, it was just for show. He was just trying to increase his bargaining power. At this moment, Father Wang, who was standing at the side, heard their conversation. However, Wang Fu had no intention of speaking at all. At the same time, he didn't want to expose the fact that Wang Mang was his son. After all, once his and Wang Mang's identities were exposed, he would be in trouble. What if these guys used him to threaten his son? Right at this moment, Wang Mang also said bluntly, "Ben Huang already knows why you're here. But Ben Huang is too busy to take care of other things. You better find someone else." Hearing Wang Mang's rejection, the middle-aged, burly man's face darkened. He knew that this mission was very difficult, but he didn't expect the target to be so stubborn. Thinking of this, he couldn't help but want to get angry, but he still controlled his temper. This was because he knew that Wang Mang wasn't his subordinate. If he angered him, he might really be killed. This was because these demon emperors really didn't care about the threat of humans at all. Each of them had the ability to fly. Thinking of this, he could only control his anger and forced a bitter smile. "Sir Demon Emperor, you don't want our Red Empire to be reduced to ruins, right? Actually, among the other empires, there are already empires that have reached an agreement with the Demon Clan. For example, the Seraph Evil Nation. Their guardian beast is a super gorilla." Hearing this, Wang Mang said in surprise, "You're saying that the guardian beast of the Seraph Evil Nation is the Gorilla Emperor? That's impossible. He has nothing better to do. Only an idiot would become the guardian beast of a nation. As the guardian beast of the Red Empire, you can't provide us with any help or benefits, right? Unless the Seraph Evil Nation offered enough benefits to tempt the Gorilla Emperor." After hearing Wang Mang's analysis, the middle-aged, burly man couldn't help but admire him secretly. Wang Mang was able to analyze all these in an instant. This proved that not only was he powerful, but he was also a smart person. Therefore, the middle-aged, burly man slowly explained, "Yes, Sir Demon Emperor's analysis is right. I heard that the Seraph Evil Nation is willing to pay a high price to respect him as the guardian beast of the nation. Moreover, it's only a name. However, the The price that the seer of evil nation paid is to help him plunder all the treasures in the entire seer of evil nation. Ever since the sun and moon were in the sky and the incident of the sea of demons was exposed, the demon clan seemed to be searching for treasures all over the world. If Sir Demon Emperor is willing to be our guardian beast, we will definitely help you plunder all the treasures in the world. Furthermore, Sir Demon Emperor, don't worry. We will not order you around. You could just be known as the guardian beast of the nation in name. We will not give you any mission orders. After hearing the middle-aged, burly man's words, Wang Mang was a little hesitant. He roughly understood what the other party meant. They just wanted him to be in name and let the people have confidence in the Red Empire. If other empires have good news, so do our empires. If other empires have guardian beasts, so do our empires. Actually, this didn't require him to spend too much effort, and he didn't need to do anything. To Wang Mang, this was still acceptable. The other party's offer was also not bad. Taking the initiative to help him plunder all the treasures in the world, Wang Mang also found it hard to reject this offer. Although the demon clan was indeed powerful, they were still lacking compared to the empire's power. This was also the reason why Wang Mang was hesitant. Just as Wang Mang was hesitating, the system's voice suddenly sounded frowny-faced ding. Detected the host's current situation. The host is given the following mission to choose from. Mission 1. Ignore the Red Empire's invitation. Ignore. Mission time. Available upon selection. Mission reward. 1 billion evolution points. Intermediate blind box X1. Mission 2. Reject the Red Empire's invitation. I don't care. Mission time. Available upon completion. Mission reward. 2 billion evolution points. Advanced blind box X1. Mission 3. Accept the Red Empire's invitation. Become the guardian beast of the nation. Mission time. Available upon completion. Mission reward. 3 billion evolution points. Supreme Grade Blind Box X1. Chapter 281. After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang was speechless. According to the system's mission, it was encouraging him to become the divine beast. Wang Mang didn't choose the mission immediately. He began to consider the pros and cons. For example, the dangers he would face after becoming the divine beast, or the benefits he would get after becoming the divine beast. Other than the system's reward, there were other benefits. The only benefit Wang Mang would get was the Red Empire would help him collect heaven and earth treasures. Also, he should be able to show his face in public. There are also disadvantages. For example, the Nanhua Old Immortal would know where he was instantly. Although Wang Mang wasn't afraid of the Nanhua Old Immortal now. Okay, he was still a bit scared. However, it was impossible for the Nanhua Old Immortal to kill him. Now that he had obtained the speed ability, One Step World Horizon, the Nanhua Old Immortal was dreaming if he wanted to kill him. Thinking of this, Wang Mang decided to properly ask the relationship between the Red Empire and the Nanhua Old Immortal. Wang Mang asked, "How is your relationship with the Nanhua Old Immortal?" After hearing Wang Mang's question, the middle-aged man from the Red Empire didn't answer immediately. Instead, the middle-aged man looked at Wang Mang tentatively and asked, "Do you have a grudge against the Nanhua Old Immortal?" Wang Mang nodded indifferently and said, "Quite a big grudge." After hearing Wang Mang's words, the middle-aged man smiled and said, "Don't worry, Demon Emperor. The Nanhua Old Immortal belongs to the political faction, while we belong to the military faction. Although the political faction has great power, the military faction is the one that makes the decisions. Because the power of the Army, Navy, and Air Force are all in the hands of the military faction. Let's put it this way. For example, they are civil officials, while we are military officials." After hearing the explanation of the middle-aged man, only then did Wang Mang come to a realization. It turned out that there were so many ways. With this thought, Wang Mang's worries were mostly gone. Then, Wang Mang asked, "You mean that Ben Huang joining you is considered as joining your faction?" The burly middle-aged man nodded with a smile. That's right. Actually, we've all seen Lord Demon Emperor's recent activities. Originally, we were planning to rope in the Tiger Emperor. However, who would have thought that the Tiger Emperor would actually lose his life in the hands of the Demon Emperor? Furthermore, you look like a dragon, Demon Emperor. You also represent the tradition of our Red Empire as a descendant of Yin Huang. Hearing this, Wang Mang felt a little guilty. He looks like a dragon? Is that true? Are you sure? Why didn't he know about it? Wang Mang, was obviously a snake. However, after a moment of hesitation, Wang Mang muttered in his heart, "System, I choose mission 3. The next moment, the system's voice sounded. Ding! Host has successfully selected the mission. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to receive the reward." After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang nodded to himself. Then, he nodded to the burly middle-aged man and said, "Okay, Ben Wang will be your country's guardian divine beast. However, I'll say the ugly words first. If you encounter any danger and Ben Huang can't resolve it, he will definitely stand by and watch. In addition, Ben Huang will not accept any mission orders from you. Also, if you have something to say, just say it. Whether Ben Huang accepts or refuses depends on Ben Huang's mood." After hearing Wang Mang's request, the burly middle-aged man was speechless. However, in the end, he nodded happily and agreed. Seeing that the other party had agreed, Wang Mang couldn't help but become curious. "Why don't you rope in the Stone Emperor? The Stone Emperor's strength should be quite good." Hearing this, the burly middle-aged man smiled and said, "Because the people in the political world are trying to rope in the Stone Emperor. As for us in the military world, we value your potential more. You are the fastest rising Demon Emperor. In addition, you might not know this, Demon Emperor. Right now, all the countries are trying to rope in the Demon Clan. Because everyone can see that the Demon Clan is the strongest, especially the Demon Clan in the ocean. It's a pity that the Demon Clan in the ocean is too arrogant. No one can shake them. They are the true overlords of Earth." After listening to the burly middle-aged man's explanation, Wang Mang finally realized that he was still a spare tire. Thinking of this, Wang Mang was more or less unhappy. These guys couldn't rope in the Demon Emperor in the ocean, but they wanted to rope him in? They were looking down on him. CK. When you guys beg me, I'll slack off. Say it. What do you need Ben Wang to do now? Hearing this, the burly middle-aged man smiled and said, "In the next 2 days, we will invite the media to do a report on you. The main purpose is to publicize your reputation, Demon Emperor, and tell the people of the Red Empire that we also have a guardian divine beast. In addition, if it's convenient for you, Sir Demon Emperor, you can actually head to one of the 5 military regions. We will create a territory for you, Demon Emperor. If you have any requests, we will do our best to satisfy you." After listening to the burly middle-aged man's words, Wang Mang quickly shook his head and said, forget it. Ben Wang is fine staying here. You guys should hurry up and finish the interview. Ben Wang will give you 2 days. Hurry up and finish it." The middle-aged man nodded and said, "Don't worry, Demon Emperor. I will spread the news. In addition, I will leave a liaison nearby to ensure that we can contact you as soon as possible." Wang Mang nodded slightly. Just as he was about to speak, he suddenly heard his father coughing softly. After glancing at his father, Wang Mang immediately remembered that he had almost forgotten to ask for benefits from his father. Thinking of this, Wang Mang immediately said, "Wait a moment. Also, send a batch of firearms over." The burly middle-aged man asked in astonishment, "Why do you need firearms, Demon Emperor? You don't need them, right? Send them over. Rocket launchers, machine guns, and rifles. Get tens of thousands of them. There are plenty of bullets. Ben Huang wants to give them to my subordinates." After speaking, Wang Mang glanced at his father and Uncle Yang. Hearing this, the burly middle-aged man glanced at the two of them and frowned. "I don't dare to make this decision. I have to report the news." Hearing this, Wang Mang immediately said impatiently, "How can I give you 2 days? Settle the problems. Don't bother Ben Wang every other day. It's best to get the things that Ben Huang wants done for Ben Huang as soon as possible. Otherwise, you will know how difficult it is when you beg Ben Huang. Chapter 282. In the face of Wang Mang's blatant threat, the middle-aged burly man was helpless. He knew that these monsters were not easy to deal with. He was a high-ranking official, and he had been following Wang Mang's wishes the whole time. But in the end, he still threatened him with danger. What a bully! However, in the face of Wang Mang's threat, he really did not dare to say anything harsh. After nodding, the middle-aged burly man left the cave. After the middle-aged burly man left, Wang Fu stepped forward and nodded in satisfaction. Not bad, not bad. Even I don't dare to ask for so many firearms. My son is the best. Hearing his father's praise, Wang Mang did not know whether to laugh or cry. Wasn't this his father's special reminder? Moreover, Wang Mang himself knew that the world was about to change. Naturally, he would ask for a batch of firearms for his father. Now, the people of the Red Empire had come to his door. Wang Mang naturally brought it up in passing. When the time came, his father would also take the opportunity to pull together a team. Wang Mang was very clear about this. Otherwise, his father would not ask him to ask for firearms. At the same time, on the other side, in a solemn meeting room, a group of old men gathered for a meeting. When they received the news that they had successfully persuaded a demon royal to become the divine beast of the country, smiles appeared on the faces of the group of old men. The white-haired old man in the lead even smiled and said, "We have successfully roped in a demon royal of your province. This proves that our plan to rope in the demon clan is very successful. Compared to these powerful demon clans, although we have a large number of weapons, we are still too weak." At this time, another old man sitting next to him smiled and nodded. That's right. If these demon clans are simple, the Sirav nation will not pay a huge price to rope in powerful demon clans. In a situation where we are not sure what the world will become in the future, we must unite all our forces and defeat any setbacks. At this time, another fat old man said, "Everyone, what do you think the Python Demon Royal wants the firearms for? The world is not in chaos yet. If they release a large number of weapons, wouldn't it be chaotic?" At this moment, the white-haired old man in the lead shook his head. The world is in chaos, and it's an uncontrollable mess. Now, the whole world is in a state of panic. The Star-Spangled Nation has been divided into dozens of states. If it wasn't for our Red Empire maintaining law and order and controlling the development of the situation, I'm afraid it would be the same. But even so, those old foxes in the political and business circles are getting restless. Even those who have some money are starting to get restless. Even if we cover our mouths, these guys can still get weapons from the black market or other sources. Since the Python Demon Emperor wants it, just give it to him. But most of the weapons will still be in our hands. As for the other departments, such as the Ministry of Social Security and the various provincial yamens, they all refused to give them to us. When the other elders heard this, they all nodded in agreement. Although the world was in chaos now. However, they still had to do their best to prevent the Red Empire from becoming as chaotic as the other countries in the world before the world changed. In just a moment, they had already made the decision that Wang Mang needed the weapons, because they were the top bosses in the military world of the Red Empire. It could be said that any major incident in the Red Empire's army had to be reported to them for approval. 2 days later, on the shore of the Huanshan Reservoir. At this moment, it was very lively. He saw that there were many fully armed members. At a glance, there were at least a few hundred of them. In addition, there were also the official reporters. At this moment, Wang Mang's huge body descended from the sky. He stood proudly in the air, his 4 fleshy wings covering the sky and the sun. However, in the face of Wang Mang, who was comparable to a monster, these people were obviously used to it, because they were here to interview and publicize Wang Mang's identity as the divine beast of the Red Empire. At this moment, looking at the ant-like crowd below, Wang Mang asked, "How much longer? Hurry up." Hearing that, the middle-aged, burly man nodded at Wang Mang and said, "Demon King, We can begin. Demon King, you have to accept the interview in front of the script later. After all, this is to publicize your identity as the divine beast of the Red Empire. Hearing that, Wang Mang was stunned for a moment. He didn't even look at the script. However, yesterday, they did give Wang Mang a draft script in advance. Of course, Wang Mang wouldn't admit that he didn't look at the script. Therefore, Wang Mang could only urge vaguely, "Let's begin. Hurry up." At the same time, the dignified woman in charge of the interview nodded and said, "We can begin." After that, the woman in charge of the interview put on a professional smile and said to the camera, "Today is an important day, because our Red Empire has also welcomed the long-awaited divine beast of the Red Empire. Audience, as you can see now, the one hovering in the air is our Red Empire's divine beast of the Red Empire. The audience and citizens must be very curious about the identity of our divine beast of the Red Empire. Our divine beast of the Red Empire is the normal monster in the eyes of the citizens, but he is not a monster, because he will be our Red Empire's divine beast of the future. The curious citizens will definitely ask between our Red Empire's divine beast of the Red Empire and the Gorilla Emperor of the Seer of Evil Nation, who is stronger. Actually, our Red Empire's divine beast of the Red Empire, the Gorilla Emperor, is also the Emperor of the Demon Clan, which means he is the overlord of the Demon Clan. After that, the female host smiled at Wang Mang and asked, "Divine beast of the Seer of Evil Nation, what do you think of the Gorilla Emperor of the Seer of Evil Nation? The citizens of the Red Empire are very curious about your strength. Divine beast of the Red Empire." Hearing that, Wang Mang was in high spirits and said, "Don't worry about it. Ben Huang is invincible. The Gorilla Emperor of the Seer of Evil Nation is nothing. Ever since Your Majesty became a demon, I've killed all who stood in my way. I've never met a worthy opponent. Let's put it this way. In front of Ben Huang, the Gorilla Emperor can only tremble in front of me. If Ben Huang wants to kill him, it will be as easy as killing an ant." Chapter 283. After listening to Wang Mang's words, the female host in charge of the interview was dumbfounded, because Wang Mang did not answer according to the prepared script at all. Moreover, the official intention was to publicize that the Red Empire also had a divine beast. But that didn't mean that Wang Mang would provoke an enemy. Regardless of whether what he said was true or not, he would definitely offend Seer of Evil Nation. After all, they had just introduced their divine beast, and Wang Mang stepped on their face to brag. This was a blatant slap to Seer of Evil Nation's face. For a moment, the girl in charge of the interview was also at a loss. Similarly, the people who knew the whole story in advance were also completely dumbfounded. For a moment, they did not know how to respond to Wang Mang's words. That was because Wang Mang's word had indeed left them completely unable to respond. They were somewhat flustered. But what they did not know was, at this moment, the citizens of thousands of households heard this on the official live broadcast channel. They could not help but start a heated discussion. Many people were also inexplicably excited. Tens of millions of people who were watching the live broadcast on their mobile phones felt their blood boiling. This was because their Red Stability Nation also had a divine beast that protected their nation. Moreover, their divine beast was obviously strong enough to beat Seer of Evil Nation. After all, they'd clearly seen Wang Mang's enormous size and the two horns on his head. This was clearly the sign of transforming into a dragon. For a moment, a large number of comments began to roll below the live broadcast channel. There were too many to count. Buddha's light shines on old monk's head. 666. I knew that what others have, our Red Empire has too. Nostril smoke. I suspected it a long time ago, okay? After all, there's so many folklores and rumors of monsters. The older generation knows all about them. I'll scare you to death with my 2Ds. Our Red Empire's divine beast is so handsome. Is he transforming into a dragon? Look at a woman's waist, then her legs. Now I'm relieved. Our country also has a divine beast. Long live the Empire. Spicy Bee Shinchan. Our divine beast is so handsome. He felt as if his entire body was flowing with lava. It was simply too cool. King Kong rubbing baby. I feel like the world is not safe anymore. I just want to stay by the guardian deity's side and be a useless slave. Exploding Heaven's faction member. Guardian deity, where are you? I want to be your dog. I'll chop whoever you point at. Ryusuwa Ichiro Baka. This is the guardian of our tiny country, Yamada no Orochi. The Red Empire is too shameless. How dare you deceive our guardian? Young man with the spirit of Star-Spangled Nation. OMG, this was too big. How could there be such a huge monster? Hello everyone, I am Kuin. I firmly believe in the strength of our motherland. The Red Empire will get better and better. Angela North knows. I firmly believe that our country will become better and better. Our country will be our strong backing. International Giant Dragon. Isn't this the guardian of our empire, the Flame Dragon? We are all descendants of Yin and Huang. Watch Sister's performance plus V1 ***. Little brothers, come and play. I'm getting married in 2 days. Are you sure you don't want to spend a few hundred yuan to experience it? Handsome brother of the Emperor's Sweeping Brigade. F***CK. Look at the situation now, and you're still doing these things upstairs. Send me the address. I'm going to investigate you. At the same time, the interview was still going on. In the face of Wang Mang's bragging, the female host immediately adjusted her state of mind. With a professional smile, she skipped the topic and asked, Guardian, actually, many of the citizens of the Red Empire know about the rumors of the shifters. There are countless folk legends. Therefore, I would like to ask, Lord Guardian Deity, have you demons been active in the world since ancient times? What do you think of us humans? Hearing that, Wang Mang was speechless. He shook his head and said, Ben Huang doesn't have any opinions about humans. He just has some opinions about some people. I remember that a few months ago, Ben Huang turned into a small python to relax in the forest. Guess what Ben Huang met in the end? You'll never guess. Ben Huang met a weirdo who wanted to capture Ben Huang and make him into an emperor broadcast. That female host even wanted to F***king capture Ben Huang and make him perform some snake crawl into a hole. Therefore, I only want to say one thing to those dregs of society. I beg you to do something. After hearing Wang Mang's words, everyone was petrified again. For a moment, everyone's faces were filled with astonishment as they widened their eyes in disbelief. That was because they would never have dreamed that Wang Mang would say something like that. One had to know that they were doing an official live broadcast. At that moment, the hundreds of people who were fully armed with serious expressions could not help but laugh out loud. At the same time, the tens of millions of viewers in the live broadcast room were still increasing. After hearing Wang Mang's words, they could not help but laugh out loud. At the same time, the hundreds of millions of viewers in the live broadcast room were flooding the comment section. Zhao Riqian, I'm dying of laughter. Which female host is so awesome? She wants to capture Guardian and make him perform? Heavenly Emperor how? Ahashoa. Which female host is so awesome that she can even think of a snake crawling into a hole? Love Lil, I'm speechless. Although I'm surprised, I suddenly realized that Guardian is very Trini too. Drunken worldly laughter. The world is indeed vast. There are all kinds of weirdos out there, aha. Only love Lolis in this life. I thought that I was very knowledgeable, but today I know that there are always people better than me. Yao are super cute, wow. I'm still in the mold. Which sister is already using a snake? At the same time, on the shore of the Huanshan Reservoir, suddenly, the camera in the live broadcast room went dark. The middle-aged, burly man in charge said helplessly, Lord Shifter King, say something encouraging. Just say something nice like loving the people, loving the empire, and protecting the safety of the people. To be honest, when he heard that Wang Mang did not follow the script at all during the interview, he was sweating profusely. He did not even need to guess to know that Wang Mang did not follow the script at all, nor did he take their previous advice to heart. He was simply spouting nonsense with his eyes closed. This was not the positive energy they were looking for. Moreover, to be honest, Wang Mang was definitely the first person who dared to speak without any scruples during an official interview. However, they could not say anything harsh to Wang Mang, nor did they dare to provoke Wang Mang. They could only patiently remind him. Hearing the burly man's words, Wang Mang was stunned for a while, then nodded indifferently. Okay, Ben Huang, try your best to answer properly. Then, the official live broadcast began again. This time, it was a real official broadcast. Wang Mang also followed the Red Empire's request and said some chicken soup for the soul. For example, protecting the people, becoming the Red Empire's guardian. In short, it was something similar. Half an hour later, the live broadcast interview ended. At the same time, Wang Mang finally managed to deal with it. At this time, the system sounded out, ding, congratulations, host. Mission completed. Ding, congratulations, host. Obtained 3 billion evolution points. Ding, congratulations, host. Obtained top quality blind box X1 OW. Chapter 284. After listening to the system's voice, Wang Mang couldn't help but be stunned again. He didn't expect that the mission would be completed so easily. Thinking of this, Wang Mang couldn't help but be overjoyed. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. This mission was completed too easily. It seemed that not every mission was difficult. For example, this mission seemed very simple. Thinking of this, Wang Mang nodded in satisfaction. At this time, the middle-aged burly man walked up and said, Lord Demon King, I'll arrange for them to retreat first. When the time comes, I'll leave behind a few liaisons to maintain contact with Lord Demon King at any time. Wang Mang nodded slightly and said, "Oh right, about the weapons, you can go and hand them over to my subordinates 2 days ago." After that, the middle-aged, burly man nodded quickly and then organized everyone to leave. But what Wang Mang didn't know was that after this interview was spread, it did cause a huge uproar. Moreover, the uproar this time wasn't within the Red Empire, but within the entire world. Because the Red Empire was the second empire after the Roth evil country to have a guardian beast. Although Wang Mang might only be a guardian in name, it was enough to make Wang Mang's name spread far and wide. Of course, after sending these guys away, Wang Mang could finally start a rest. When the time comes, the Red Empire would help him to search for treasures of heaven and earth. Once there was news, the people of the Red Empire would immediately inform him. This should be a true win-win situation. All right, actually, it was just that Wang Mang didn't put in much effort. Moreover, he had directly gotten the mission reward for free. Thinking of this, Wang Mang's heart was indescribably wonderful. Just like this, after the people of the Red Empire left, Wang Mang began his life of idleness. Actually, it was a state of nothing, because the system didn't give out any missions. Usually, he would just go around in circles and have no time to spare. But such leisurely days, Wang Mang spent only a week, and it wasn't peaceful anymore. On this day, as usual, Wang Mang wandered around his territory twice. But just as Wang Mang was about to return to the cave, he immediately felt a terrifying aura surging towards him from the distant sky. Wang Mang was shocked. He had a bad premonition. F***CK. Could it be the Nanhua, old immortal? Although Wang Mang had considered the possibility of provoking Nanhua Immortal, he didn't want to offend Nanhua Immortal. However, Wang Mang relied on his tyrannical strength and unparalleled speed. Therefore, Wang Mang didn't care about Nanhua Old Immortal at all. However, in terms of strength, Wang Mang was still lacking in confidence. After all, with his current strength, he might be able to fight against the Stone Emperor or even the Gorilla Emperor. However, Wang Mang didn't think he could beat Nanhua Old Immortal. This old man's cultivation was very high. 8,000 years of cultivation was not a joke. With that thought, Wang Mang transformed into a huge body. He spread his 4 wings and soared into the sky. Then, Wang Mang saw Nanhua Old Immortal's familiar figure in the distant sky. After seeing Nanhua Old Immortal, Wang Mang was extremely depressed. F***, speak of the devil. He didn't even give him a chance to breathe. At the same time, Nanhua, old immortal, who was flying over, saw Wang Mang. When he saw Wang Mang, Nanhua, old immortal, couldn't take it anymore. He shouted with a ferocious face, "Evil creature, this old man will skin you alive and pull out your bones." After hearing Nanhua, old immortal's threat, Wang Mang sneered. "Try me if you can. You old bastard, how dare you come looking for trouble with Ben Huang?" After hearing Wang Mang's words, Nanhua, old immortal, trembled with anger. It was his first time seeing such an arrogant guy. What made Nanhua, old immortal, even more furious was that Wang Mang's strength had increased too quickly. When he was in West Province, Wang Mang had just become a great monster king. However, when Wang Mang killed his disciple, he was already a monster emperor. This time, his aura was even more powerful. It was almost as powerful as the Stone Emperor. Because of that, Nanhua, old immortal, was even more shocked and fearful of the unknown. He was worried that if Wang Mang continued to grow, he wouldn't be able to avenge Xiao. Even he might not be able to kill Wang Mang. Fortunately, Wang Mang had joined the Red Empire. Otherwise, he wouldn't have found Wang Mang's location and come here. Thus, when he came looking for Wang Mang this time, it could be said that he wanted to kill Wang Mang. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he came here with the intention of killing Wang Mang. That was because Wang Mang's strength had indeed caused him to be extremely fearful. Nanhua, old immortal, couldn't help but laugh in his heart at Wang Mang's provocation. If Wang Mang ran like last time, you would have to chase after him for a long time. Especially last time, Wang Mang's escape method shocked Nanhua, old immortal. It could be said that Nanhua, old immortal, didn't even know how Wang Mang escaped last time. However, the method of Wang Mang's palm strike truly shocked him. Nanhua, old immortal, even guessed that it might be a spatial technique. Because of that, Nanhua, old immortal, was even more confused. Because those below the Earth immortal level couldn't use spatial techniques. Even the space domain wasn't something that ordinary Earth immortals could use. It could be said that the Nanhua, old immortal, was very wary of Wang Mang. He was wary of Wang Mang's growth potential and escape method. At the same time, when Nanhua, old immortal, was about to get close, Wang Mang was about to run away. The system's voice sounded again. Ding! Detected the host's current situation. The host is given the following mission to choose from. First mission: escape from the Nanhua elder deity's pursuit and ignore him. Mission time: available upon selection. Mission reward: 100 million evolution points. Beginner blind box X1. Mission 2: fight back in anger when Nanhua, old immortal, is chasing after you. Mission time: available upon completion. Mission reward: 1 billion evolution points. Advanced blind box X1. Mission 3: kill Nanhua, old immortal, when he's chasing after you. Mission time: available upon completion. Mission reward: free evolution opportunity X1. Best quality blind box X1. Chapter 285. After listening to the system's choice, Wang Mang was in a dilemma. He felt even more depressed in his heart. Was the system trying to kill him? The Nanhua old deity had been cultivating for more than 8,000 years. How could he possibly defeat the other party? Back in Zhongxi province, a group of goblin emperors could not do anything to the Nanhua old deity. From this, it could be seen how powerful the Nanhua old deity was. Therefore, in a situation where one's strength was insufficient to contend against or crush the other party, Wang Mang did not want to take the risk. Although he had one step in the world, he could escape at any time. The problem was that he could not kill the old man. He might even be in danger. But if he did it for free, to be honest, the mission came first. The reward was too little, a mere 100 million evolution points. A beginner blind box. It was like trying to get rid of a beggar. As for the second mission, this was worth considering. The reward was not bad. He could test the old man's strength. The mission did not say that he had to defeat the old man. It would probably be a fight, and the mission would be completed. Thinking of this, Wang Mang hesitated. The third mission could be eliminated. It was too difficult. The first mission could also be eliminated. The reward was too little. With this thought, Wang Mang finally made his choice. The next moment, Wang Mang said in his heart, "System, I choose the second mission." The next moment, the system's voice sounded. "Ding! The host has successfully chosen the mission. Please complete the mission as soon as possible to receive the reward." After hearing the system's voice, Wang Mang gritted his teeth and said, "Damn it, I'll do it. No matter what, I have to try the Nanhua old deity's strength." With that thought, Wang Mang yelled at the Nanhua old deity, "Old man, come at me if you're not afraid of death." After that, Wang Mang flapped his wings and flew away. Seeing this, the Nanhua old deity was shocked. He thought that Wang Mang was going to run away. Therefore, the Nanhua old deity's speed increased again. He flew at a terrifying speed. What the Nanhua old immortal didn't know was that Wang Mang had only slowed down on purpose. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to catch up so quickly. One had to know that once Wang Mang used one step to the horizon, it would be extremely dangerous. It could increase one's speed by 50 times. That was 50,000 kilometers per hour. To put it bluntly, Wang Mang was completely using his own speed and did not use any other divine abilities. Therefore, in just over 10 minutes, as soon as Wang Mang left the province, he was stopped by Elder Nanhua. The Nanhua old deity stood in the sky and stared coldly at Wang Mang. "The scenery here is not bad. It could be your grave." Hearing this, Wang Mang's snake eyes turned cold. He quietly used information detection again. The next moment, the old man's information appeared before his eyes. Target: Nanhua Elder. Cultivation experience: 8,300 years level. Celestial realm: comparable to top demon emperor. Divine powers: achievement: 35th on the global powerhouse ranking. Threat level: fatal. Elder Nanhua's strength still hadn't increased. His strength was still the same as before. Wang Mang let out a sigh of relief. Both in the past and now, Nanhua Old Immortal still gave him great pressure. This pressure made it hard for Wang Mang to breathe. This was because the Nanhua Old Immortal's strength gave Wang Mang too much pressure. Even Emperor of Stone didn't have such a strong feeling. Therefore, Wang Mang looked very relaxed. In fact, he had also raised his vigilance to the highest level. "Go to hell!" Nanhua Old Immortal suddenly roared. In the next moment, his figure shot toward Wang Mang like a bolt of lightning. At the same time, he kept making hand seals with both hands. Terrifying sword fingers shot out like bullets. Seeing this, Wang Mang instinctively flapped his wings and dodged Elder Nanhua's attack. Bang! 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 Accompanied by an earth-shattering sound. Wang Mang looked back and was shocked to find that the ground had been destroyed. The place he was standing before had been turned into ruins. Clearly, Nanhua Old Immortal's finger sword was terrifyingly powerful. Even a 100-meter-tall mountain was shattered by one finger. It wasn't the first time Wang Mang had seen such a move, but it was the first time he had seen such a powerful move. A finger sword shot out from his finger could King shatter a fake mountain. This was too terrifying. It could be said that Wang Mang had already felt how terrifying Nanhua Old Immortal was even before he had truly fought him. Of course, Wang Mang didn't back off even though he was a little shocked by Elder Nanhua's power. Wang Mang also gritted his teeth when he saw Elder Nanhua charging toward him again. He didn't want to be outdone. Thunder and lightning started to gather between his two horns. Then, bolts of thunder and lightning shot toward Elder Nanhua. However, Elder Nanhua only sneered coldly when he saw Wang Mang's attack. Then, he waved his Taoist robe, and the thunder and lightning attacks were all dispersed by the terrifying true qi emitted from his sleeves. At the same time, Elder Nanhua waved his hand and shot out several terrifying true qi palms. These palms were dozens of meters long and looked solid. When he saw this scene, Wang Mang opened his bloody maw and shot out. Terrifying magma erupted. Rumble, accompanied by several loud noises. Wang Mang's lava spewed out by the true qi palms exploded. It was as if lava had exploded, and the scorching hot lava splashed onto the ground. For a moment, many forests even began to burn with raging flames. The forests within a few miles were all set ablaze. However, Elder Nan Hua was unstoppable in the sea of fire. He stepped into the air and shot toward Wang Mang. As he raised his hand, his expression was ferocious and terrifying as he sent out a few more palm strikes. Wang Mang's heart sank when he saw this. He secretly used a mind god art, King's Slave, soul-controlling seal. However, in the next moment, something that shocked Wang Mang happened. The Nanhua old immortal only paused for a second and looked at him in surprise before charging at him again. Seeing this, Wang Mang felt extremely helpless. He hurriedly flapped his four wings and dodged these gigantic, true chi palms. Rumble. Accompanied by several earth-shattering noises, the ground shook violently. Wang Mang's previous location was on the ground. A huge pit dozens of meters deep appeared on the ground. F***CK, this power is terrifying. Wang Mang inwardly sucked in a breath of cold air as he muttered to himself. F***CK. I've been fighting for so long. Why haven't I completed the mission yet? If I keep fighting, Wang Mang felt that he might really die. At this moment, the system's voice sounded. Ding. Congratulations, host. You fought Elder Nanhua for more than 10 minutes. Mission completed. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained 1 billion evolution points. Ding. Congratulations, host. Obtained Advanced Blind Box X1. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.